You're playing Minecraft in a cave looking for diamonds. That's funny. I'm in the same cave looking for miners. Cause my sexual attraction to miners is major. Can't even play hopscotch without popping a rager. Always been a pervert, so I accept the insults. When I was a kid, I fucking molested adults. So shoe on head, dead wing, and moist hypocritical. If you bitches think I give a motherfucking shit if y'all get me banned again, get off that crack you smoking. And you can't pretend this fucking track ain't smoking. Token like the black friend. Roll you over, backspin. Roll over, you won't look back. When I'm over you, I knew Max when he only had 4K subs. All L's, no dubs, no love. Hold up, cause show enough I fucked every damn chance I've been given. Priapism, never let up, the sky's the limit. I'd say mind your business, but I need mindless critics to advertise my sick shit. You say I'm addicted, but you keep humping my leg. Now that's addiction. No rap, no convictions, but I rap with conviction. You still got suspicion that I'm a pedo. I'm surprised I'm not, cause my mom, the lesbo, had a bitch, but she thought that I was special. I'll never forget the time she said so. She kicked me out cause she was afraid she'd rape me. Her little 16-year-old baby. It breaks me, and if I ever have my own kid who hates me, I promise I'll at least wait until you're 18.
I can fantasize about whatever I want.
You can't stop what happens in my head. Till I'm dead, I'll be singing.
I can fantasize about whatever I want.
You can't stop what happens in my head. Till I'm dead. Till I'm dead. I'm hiding in the woods behind your house like the Slender Man. But I'm Jewish, so it's pronounced Slenderman. Enderman, look at me, never see your friends again. Tell them to smash that like button for Benjamins. Call me Benjamin Button. That's adrenochrome, honey. The older I get, the more my demons grow hungry. And Shaylin's a feminist, don't need no feed-a-home money. Plus her hairy armpits make my penis feel funny. Oh, I never spare you the details even if that's what you want. Like your uncle remarried 2 she-males. Nuance. My granddad used to take baths with my mama when she was 14. Guess that's where we started the trauma. There was this one time my dad said he'd throttle my throat. It was late afternoon, forgot to call on the phone. Sometimes you picture showing up at his house, shoving a motherfucking gun in his mouth. And my mom, no thanks, don't wanna touch her. Flashbacks of her asking me, what's a motherfucker? And she smiled, that's a special kind of incest. I screamed, get out, she put a soft wet kiss on my neck. I thought we're supposed to be free, thanks to Abraham Lincoln. But now you're all too scared to say what you're thinking. You're a victim, fuck that, I cancel culture. Don't listen to these bitches, watch, I can handle vultures. Dealing with these batches of weasels like diesel patches. Why it's creep show art riding my D so hard. Fucking sociopath. Yeah, you prey on folks while you doodle. I'll steal your motherfucking fans to stay afloat like pool noodles. I'm a shit YouTuber. Maybe I'm too human. I tell the truth to ya. Balls like Jupiter. Plus some pubic hair. Shoot for the moon like Ed Boon. Look to La Luna. Now give me my Pulitzer. They say bullets are the cure for whatever I got. I say you can fantasize about whatever you want. Just be yourself. Really? Fuck they gonna do? And if I still love meat, you know I love you too. But are you ready for the most fucked up line of the song? Where you tear your hair out thinking if it's right or it's wrong? Is he trolling, mentally ill, or just horrible? You know the scariest thing about me?
I'm normal. I can fantasize about whatever I want.
You can't stop what happens in my head. Till I'm dead, I'll be singing.
I can fantasize about whatever I want.
You can't stop what happens in my head. Till I'm dead. Till I'm dead. Fuck.
All right, let's get to it. How's it going? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. One and all, holy fuck, man. I'm so glad that I didn't try and cover this shit yesterday. This is so much to fucking go through. Oh, fuck me. How's it going? All right, okay. I've got a clip linked to me. Not privately, okay? Publicly, in my Discord, by Queeman. By Persec. I think I know a little bit of the lore here. I think I know a little bit of the lore. Fuck me, man. Yeah, I think I saw that a few Destiny orbiters started covering this shit and talking about it. And then Mr. Mutin started laying down the law and said that if anybody else spoke about it or kept on covering it, they were going to get removed from the DGG embed. They were going to get banned for 24 hours. Which was fucking hilarious. Totally fucking hilarious, but yeah. I've got the Google Docky. I've got the Google Docky with all the evidence. Alright? I've got the timestamps for the VOD. I've got links to all of the fucking stuff. However, if there is anything during the coverage that you think would be pertinent to cover, because there is so many little fucking teeny scraps of evidence floating about, a chat log here or a chat log there, feel free to send it tonight, okay? Because it is going to be a fucking lot. Okay? Should be good. Should be fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm laying my cards on the table. Haven't had a glance at it. I haven't obviously gone through all of this,
Okay, bro,
again.
You're getting too big for your boots.
Yo, Pastry Saint, thank you for the sub and kick. I think as though, like, some of the worst allegations that have been made here have just, like, not been evidenced. And everybody sounds fucking insane in the story. But, okay, we'll get into it. We'll have a look. We'll see. We'll see. What's this story about Persec? Let's have a gander.
Molested by another adolescent with like a 2 or 3 year age gap. Clearly, that's not as bad as a fantasy about molesting adolescent children as an adult or pre-adolescent children. We can evaluate.
Yes, it's fucking weird. Yes, it's weird. Yes, it's like probably morally repugnant, but like if it's not being publicized and it's happening between 2 adults, who fucking cares, bro?
Okay. Yeah, okay. Dude, I don't know why TGGers feel as though they need to put across like an affirmative defense over this shit. I saw food shops as well. Dude, oh my fucking god, the food shops thing that I fucking saw. Hutch had the same take. The only person who has actually gone on the attack, I don't know, like actually aggressively, is food shops. Yeah, surprisingly, food shops, self-described pedophile, has said that it is actually immoral to leak stories like this about people. You know, one party who is involved in the flirting can tell another party, you can tell another party, you can finally tell another party. But if the final party in the chain leaks it, apparently that's immoral. What was she say? Oh, this is against her consent. This is her against her consent. Suddenly, DGG thinks that it's wrong to leak intimate sexual details about people. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Yeah, Hutch is on the it's just a kink cope. Dude, you can't really use that, can you? You can't really use that. Dude, the idea during certain parts of these fucking allegations is that Destiny's receiving pictures of children's feet and is titillated by them. What do you mean? What the fuck are you talking about? Dude. You know, so long as you're like jacking off to little, to little children's feet, in the privacy of your own home, real children. Ah, who cares? Ah, who cares? It's weird, but dude, we had a long time ago. We had Rose coming out and being 17, and then there was revelations that Destiny was in possession of CSAM, and DGG made its way through that. Okay, Destiny's community pulled through, all hands on deck, managed to get through that shit. There is no way. There is literally nothing that Destiny can go through that will have any effect on his career at this point, or any effect on his audience. The people that are here are here for the long haul, right? They're not fucking budging. Yo, thank you, Avicii, for the sub on kick. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How does Dan cope with this? He must be disgusted. I haven't watched any of Dan's coverage, so I don't know how he's been able to sweep for any of this. I'm genuinely not sure. I haven't seen Dan's coverage. I think I saw somebody talk about it earlier. I heard somebody talk about it earlier. And apparently Dan just kind of like, whoop, kind of swerved around the majority of it. It was a gifty. Okay, if it was a gifted, let me know who gifted, rather than tell me that it was a gifted. All right, I appreciate it. It's just the groupers, pedos, all the way down. Yeah, I don't know if anybody in this story is particularly reliable. No fucking way, man. You're fucking joking. Okay. Thank you, Dicker's Rapist, for the sub over on Kick. I hugely appreciate the support, buddy. Thank you very much. Fucking hell, man. Yeah, we've got Destiny. We've got Destiny who will lie and deceive in order to make his way through drama if he thinks that nobody else has got something to be able to undermine him. Or even if he does, it's 4D chess the entire way through, right? He's got a theory, he's got a plan, he's got an idea, and he does not lie, okay? He sometimes does tactical deceptions, but he does not lie. Fantastic. There's also a woman who wrote 13 pages. Yes, 13 pages. 13 pages worth of fucking Substack articles about how Destiny is Flynn from the movie Tangled, and she's Rapunzel from the movie Tangled. And the kids are, well, it's not quite clear where the kids fit into all of that, but, you know. And then you've got the husband, the Groiper husband, who is trying to adamantly defend himself by arguing that he's only an Asmongold fan. Interesting. Okay, he seems quite convinced that that's the main line of attack that needs to go on right now. And then he's coming out to be able to downplay and say, no comment.
You got dicked.
When people ask him about the Groiper group chat, it was planning on killing Destiny.
Who is your Flynn Rider?
Who is my Flynn Rider? I am my own Flynn Rider. I am my own Flynn Rider. Yeah. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. I haven't put that much fucking thought into it. You know? I mean, I read the article earlier. A lot of it is so twisty-turny fucking winding. I mean, there are already lies that you can, like, catch out in the fucking article. Or there are, like, inconsistencies in the story already. Or at least implied inconsistencies. Dude, it's fucking insane. If you've got, like, a BPD girl who's writing, like, 13 pages about how she hopes that you marry her, but it's fine if you don't, and it's just a joke, teehee.
Getting sued
And
for
how
leaking
you're
sexual
her, like,
aggressive-
hero who's saving her from the tower. Like, you might think
Let's
that you
all
won.
pray she doesn't try to Casey Anthony the kids for Destiny.
Jesus Christ. Okay, thank you for the $5. You might think that you've just won bigly, okay? But in the long run, I promise you, okay? The loss is going to be 10 times as fucking hard as the win you've received right now. It's going to be bad. It's going to be really fucking bad. Because you know that there's another act to this drama, right? We're getting into it now, talking about it now. Connor hinting at it was the first act. This is the second act, when she eventually flips on Destiny and realizes that he was a demon the entire time. Then we're going to get Act 3. Should be good. Should be good. Should
You
be
got
good.
dicked.
Listen, we'll lead into
bro,
it,
You're
okay?
getting too big for your boots.
Oh, come on, man.
Why are you wearing an old lady's tablecloth?
Because it was cheap. It was cheap. It was cheap and incredibly fashionable. Thank you for the 2. I appreciate it. Yeah. I mean, we'll lead into this stuff and get into the Connor VOD pretty sharpish, okay? Because there's barely any time to be kicking about with this stuff. However, before we go into it, I'll just say undoubtedly, alright? A lot of people talk about Destiny's e-girls, okay? A lot of people talk about Destiny's mentally ill e-girls that he continually seeks after, okay? Is it a supply side issue? Is it a demand issue? You can debate that, okay? This is, in my opinion, I would say almost undoubtedly, okay? I defy anybody to disagree with me by the end of the coverage. This is probably the most insane girl that I've ever seen Destiny interact with, ever. Like, this is the most BPD girl. Nobody else even comes fucking close. Nobody else even comes fucking close. You thought that Anna was bad? When she was crashing out on fucking Stardust panels and crying on live on stream with the fucking cat emoji, the little filter like flicking in and out as she cries. Doesn't even come 1/10, man. It doesn't even come 1/10. God bless this woman's children. Holy fuck, they need it. They really fucking need it. Okay, let's have a gander. Let's have a look. Let's get into it, okay? And let's go back over the stream from the very start. Nice. So some people might have caught me watching, I think, about like half an hour of this stuff yesterday. If you didn't, don't worry, we're going to go through it all again, okay? Just a little recap for the people who are here, though.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna give it a minute. Just a minute. I will not have chat up during this segment because
Okay.
I don't give a shit. There's probably like all my photos and pictures of me in intimate acts are with former trusted partners. And, you know, that's not the big deal. That's not.
Okay. So, a little bit of background, you know. If people might have, like, tuned in to previous bits of the coverage, but if they haven't, that's fine, okay? That's A-okay. Basically, Connor has gone through a journey, okay? That's probably the best way to be able to describe it. After the expose of the Snark server, Destiny went around to his few remaining orbiters, who he still had connections with, Wick, Connor, others, okay? And told them essentially, I'm gonna cut you off, and you are gonna be blackballed from my community, and my stream presence, unless you ban subversive elements from your community. In the example of Connor, it was Doobie, it was some other fucking guy called Lieutenant, like, bullshit, or whatever the fuck that guy was called.
Getting
Wick
sued for
said,
leaking sex tapes. That's just
Yes, massa.
It's just
Yes,
being a silly
massa.
guy.
Tickers, the stream name is kind of upsetting. Could you change it, please?
Thank you, Kirbyosh, for the $5. Upsetting. Upsetting how? Okay, to be fair, the double emojis are probably a little bit too much, right? We're investigating right now. So I'll only do the magnifying glasses. Thank you very much for the 5. Alright, anyway. Getting back to the setup. So, Wick said, yes, massa, anything, massa. Okay, I love you, massa. And he basically changed his rules so that Destiny could hop into his VCs and stream them whenever Destiny wanted. Which interestingly was the exact same rule that he burned the bridge with Chud Logic over several years ago, because somebody from Spicy Chat recorded a voice call from his server. So apparently before, this was a hard red line. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. When it's Chud Logic with about 200 viewers, wow, that's a hard line, okay? Destiny with about 10,000, yeah, it starts to get a little bit more, just a little bit more flexible, okay? But to be fair, as we found out in the Wick stream, as that very insightful chatter pointed out, Wick does have an adamantium skeleton. So, you know, a man of principles for sure. But Connor did not. Connor did not bend. Connor did not flex. And so Connor has got absolutely fucking crushed. He's been blacklisted from DGG. Friends of 6 years, apparently. These guys are now done with each other. Destiny came on the stream, argued through it. During the stream, it was revealed, because Destiny tried to claim that there was no reason why anybody should need to hate him. The only reason why people dislike Destiny Online right now are because of the evil plans of the Snarkers. That's right. They've ruined his life. They've ruined his life the entire way through. It's nothing that he's done at all, whatsoever. None of his actions has caused him to lose reputation or caused people to hate him. No. It's the Snarkers, you see. It's the Snarkers. And Connor points out, well, there's actually a few things that would cause people to hate you. In fact, recently, wasn't there a group chat in Telegram of groupers coming together to plot to kill you? Oh! Was there? I thought all of the doxing and swatting and harassment, I thought that was all getting lumped on Queeman and J-Stalk. I didn't realize there were groupers plotting to end Destiny's life. That would have been interesting to know before. Now, what led to this group of groupers planning to kill Destiny? Well, apparently Destiny was having age play relationships or age play roleplay with one of their wives. And today we found out the full details, okay? Chat logs incoming. Let's go.
Not my objection. That's not my criticism. My criticism is not having sex and photographing yourself and or videotaping yourself in vulnerable positions. That's not my criticism, obviously, as he tried to argue in our previous conversation.
Dickers, how many days until your back is blown out by Destiny? How's it going, Smaggle Daggle? Welcome in, mate. I think so long as I put, like, snark-free coverage at the end of all of my titles, I think that isolates me, right? Yeah, I think that's like a magical charm to ward away, you know, DGGers and doxers. I think that's gonna save me. Yeah.
My criticism is that he met a person who was posing as an 18-year-old sex worker on Twitter, who was actually a 26-year-old British man who was pimping out a 17-and-a-half-year-old girl from Texas who catfished him, and Steven sent sexual videos and pictures to this person of him and some of his friends engaged in sex acts without the consent of the parties that were involved, that he was transmitting it to other people on the internet. Now, this doesn't make him the worst person on the planet. It truly doesn't. I know substantially worse people who have done substantially worse things. And when this drama occurred, I'm going to tell you, I didn't really give a fuck.
You know exactly who he's talking about as well. When he says he knows substantially worse people, you know he's talking about Hassan Piker and the fact that he doesn't believe in fucking liberal democracy or some bullshit like that. It's going to be some kind of, like, ideological fucking disagreement he's got with people.
The reason why I didn't get...
Because I would say that maybe he's thinking about Vosh with the fucking tax folder, except for the fact that Connor swept for Vosh at the time, right? Food shops? I mean, dude, Connor believes all of these allegations. You might be, like, humming and hawing about them, okay? I'm certainly on the fence about some of the more excessive ones, but Connor fully fucking believes them. In Connor's mind, we are well into food shops territory, and he was still willing to be this fucking guy's friend. Dude, it's actually fucking insane.
Give a fuck was because all of these people were sexually promiscuous. All of these people engaged with a sexually promiscuous person. All of these people consented to sex acts. All of these people consented to their sex acts being videotaped. All of them consented to having their sex acts stored by the other party. What they didn't consent to was the communication of it to another person. So while I think Steven should be criticized for his bad behavior in this regard, I felt that the bad behavior was overblown in, January 20 of 2025. I thought that the people calling him a digital rapist, people calling him a sexual predator, people calling for him to be incarcerated, people calling for him to be put on the sex offense registry, people calling for him to be sued into the ground, I thought they were being histrionic. And truth be told, I still think they're being histrionic about that incident in specific. But I want to talk to you about...
Man. Dude, it is so fucking... It is genuinely pretty fucking sad. It is really, really fucking sad that obviously the space has got a lot of fucking scrutiny on it now, okay? The comments that people have made are going to be twisted and treated as totally fucking literal. And so there's no joy, there's no whimsy in the fucking coverage anymore. I do think that when certain people joke about certain stuff, or when they go fucking excessive, you know when they're going, like, pretty fucking excessive, you know? Total Destiny destruction, right? Augie can say it, and it's perfectly innocent. Anybody else says it, any of the Snarkers say it, and it's a direct threat to end Destiny's fucking career, I guess. So, okay, we're gonna be toning it down. We're gonna be toning it down during this one.
About the totality of circumstances.
No more flights of fancy. No more comments about e-rapists. Sigh.
Of what happened since that time. So, I figured. I like Steven. I think everybody on the internet hates him right now. I think that regardless of his sexual stupidity in this regard, he is still charismatic. He is still intelligent. He is still funny. He can be, not all the times, he can be gracious and kind. He can be petty and vindictive, and he can be very cruel and abrasive. But maybe what's going on is he has had so many clout sharks and demons swim up to him, take advantage of his money, his clout, and his power, and then stab him in the back. Maybe what he needs is somebody who won't stab him in the back at the drop of a hat. And maybe I could be...
Dude, every time I hear somebody say some of this shit, I can't help but think they're like the biggest fucking clout sharks around. I can't lie. When somebody's saying like, You know what this guy actually needs? What this guy actually needs is a real friend. He's had it with the Clout Sharks. Dude, I get the worst fucking vibes from that possible. I mean, I've had a conversation with Connor before. Connor is legit, actually, like, a real person, you know? What he says he legitimately means. I might have, like, disagreements with him. He might be, like, stuck on this retarded idea of atheistic Christian morality or whatever the fuck. But he is sincere. He is sincerely this guy.
Be that person. And when we did our podcast appearances, when we went and shot guns, and when we went to hang out and we got McDonald's and we were bullshitting and we were hanging out with Sam, still love Sam. When we were talking with Hobbit Follower, still like Hobbit Follower, let's be clear. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself a lot. Once again, Steven can be very kind. He can be very gracious. He can be very funny. He can be very charismatic. He's very intelligent. He's very good at debates. He's very good on his feet. He's very witty. He's everything that I said that was positive about Steven 2 years ago is probably, in spite of Steven's bad behavior, still true to this day. And I saw flashes of what I think are Steven's soul. Underneath the trauma that he's experienced in young life, and I'm specifically talking about his relationship with his family and his grandma, underneath the social isolation that he's experienced in Twitch and YouTube trauma, underneath the endless amounts of clout demons and clout sharks who have used him for money, power, and clout, and then backstabbed them ruthlessly, I think there's, hopefully, a soul or a human being that is capable of redemption, kindness, care.
I mean, I don't know, man. Okay, I don't know. Like, big streamers obviously have this constantly, you know? There's like an incentive for smaller creators to be able to like approach you, get in your good graces, get a little bit of clout off the fucking end, you know? Follow you around. What are those little fucking fish that swim with sharks? You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. After a shark fucking devours a huge meal, they'll come in after and have their fucking, like, they'll scavenge, right? They'll have their little meal as well. The hangers-on, the orbiters, I think every like, big streamer deals with this. I think the unique situation that Destiny finds himself in, though, is that he just doesn't have any long-term relationships. There's Dan and there's Mr. Musin, and I think that's about it. I think that's about it in terms of, like, long-term friendships that he's had. At some point, you've just got to start wondering whether this is a character flaw that's, like, following him through, or maybe it's everybody else. Possibly it's everybody else.
Love. Somewhere in there. It's deeply buried under all of the shit, but there's flashes of that. And I'm praying that eventually the flashes of his kindness and grace and virtues, although he has many vices, I'm hoping one day he'll choose to embrace his virtues and expand upon them. Which brings us to food shops. So, since I was pretty open about Steven's sins, whenever the snarkers came to me to criticize me about Steven's sins, I would be honest about Steven's sins. I think Kyla was likewise fairly honest about Steven's sins. Dan Saltman is not a creator. Mr. Mutin was out of orbit, and so there were no people who would be willing to defend Steven's honor and take the fight to his critics online. I don't know why he needs to fight his critics online. It's something that has befuddled me for years at this point. I don't know if he's getting doxxed and swatted. Well, he's a millionaire. He could change addresses. He could buy a compound. He could hire private security. He could get a large dog that would eat a home intruder. There's a variety of things that he could do in reference to doxing and swatting that he's not actively doing. I don't know why, and to this day it still befuddles me.
I mean, there's going to be like a rational component to this, and then there's going to be like a deeper psychological thing, right? So I think there's a rational component in that Destiny knows that his reputation online, because of, you could say, personal issues and relationship issues that he's had, right? He falls out with a lot of people, he beefs with a lot of people, and he generates like an infinite amount of like negative fucking reputation for himself as a result. And so being able to like directly confront his critics, I think it probably did have somewhat of a chilling effect, right? The idea that if you're talking shit about Destiny on your little fucking 20-viewer Twitch stream, that he might hear about it. If he's bored enough, he might join your fucking panel and debate you to death, right? I'm sure that probably had some kind of like a chilling effect. But there is a rational concern there. He wants to have like associations with people. People only want to associate with him if he has a good reputation. And so there's like a There's a rational component in defending that. There is probably also a big psychological thing going on there, right? No rational fucking person reads down their Kiwi forms and starts shouting out particular contributors that they're particularly annoyed at on their Kiwi forms page. Because you know that it's just going to fucking feed it, right? There's no legitimate reason why you would want to do that stuff. Unless you are just, like, psychologically obsessed with how other people perceive you. And psychologically obsessed with other people slighting you, insulting you, getting one over on you. So I think it's probably both of those, right? It is probably both of those.
Of why you would need somebody who jerks off the lolicon and makes poor argumentation as someone who defends your honor. I think I expressed it to him in private. I think I challenged him on one of the podcast experiences, and I think I've been critical of Food Shops since. But for those of you who don't know, Food Shops is a smaller creator, 50 to 150 live viewers usually, but will sometimes, when she's getting rated, she'll get 600,000, whatever. But she spent the past year or so, maybe year and a half, criticizing Steven's critics. But my beef with Food Shops 2 years ago, my beef with Food Shops 3 years ago, my beef with Food Shops 6 months ago, my beef with Food Shops 2 months ago, my beef with Food Shops now, is that she is an unrepentant lolicon. She looks at cartoon drawings of adolescent children and she masturbates to them. And I think that somebody who masturbates to pictures of adolescent children is a pedophile. If we are identifying pedophilia, I'll use my lay definition, someone who wants to have sex with children. This has always made me uncomfortable. I have always disliked this. Food Shops joked about suing me. She is welcome to do so. I will hire the cheapest attorney that I can possibly find in order to respond to the motions, and I will show up to court and I will play her own live streams for the court to hear. She is unrepentant. There are dozens of clips of her admitting to this behavior.
Dude, Morale's got to get in contact with Connor, okay? I fully disagree with Gilded Poo. I think contacting people if they're engaged in current ongoing litigation to be able to help them, if you think they're on the right side, to be able to defend themselves, or to go after somebody who's wronged them, I think that's totally A-okay, alright? I guarantee, dude, Morale has got like several folders on his PC somewhere of just clips of food shops talking about being a fucking nonce. The original manifesto she published all those many years ago when this stuff started being a controversy for her, where she describes herself as a small p pedophile, where she openly says that, yeah, I accept that lolicon is drawn child pornography and I masturbate to it. I just don't, you can joke about doing the fucking lawsuits. I mean, you just sound like a total fucking lockout, right? You just sound like a total fucking lockout. And Food Shops has trying to been getting her digs in recently, hasn't she? She's been going on to Wig's panel and said, listen, okay, you guys are waking up to the evil ways of the snarkers. Just cast your mind back and think about the people who were complaining about the things that I said on stream. Do you think maybe you've got a bad source? Do you think maybe you've fallen in with a wrong crowd, Fruit from the poison tree, or whatever the fucking say it is. Like, no, I think it was all those times that you said that you were a pedophile. I think that's probably the reason why people think you're a pedophile, I don't think that it's Queeman or J-Stalk or Chud or anybody else getting the fucking boot in. They may have publicized it, right? They may have popularized it. I don't think that they've tricked people. Maybe just my opinion. I don't think they've tricked people. Yo, Daxter, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. Thank you very, very much. Okay. 07, 07, 07, nothing but 07 in the chat. Thank you very much. I hugely appreciate that.
So, I'm not a fan that Steven chose as his champion a lolicon who jerks off to adolescent kids. Now, breaking this down a little bit further, because
can we just accept, though? I mean, it is really fucking funny. It is really, really, really fucking funny that you're in a drama that I think largely by the time that Food Shops joined was around the fact that you were like retaining or in possession of CSAM. And then you get a notorious Twitch poll pedophile, basically female Amos Yee, in order to fucking defend you against your crimes. That's the only person that you've got left in order to like give an argument on your side. You're cooked, man. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. Turn yourself into the police. Okay, dude, I said we weren't going for those memes. But it's just so fucking over. What can you do past that point? There are literally no other moves you can make.
There will be liberals who watch this stream. I do not believe in the Max Carson quote of you can fantasize about whatever you want. Your brain, like a vital organ or a muscle, responds to stimulus. And there is a concept that I explained to Chud Logic several years ago called neuroplasticity. It basically means that whatever you do with your brain will become reinforced over time. So if you play the piano, you'll get better at playing piano. If you learn to shoot, you'll get better at learning to shoot guns. If you learn to drive, you will get better at driving a car. If you jerk off to kids, I think it stands to reason you are setting a sexual reward system alongside pornographic consumption of depictions of children. And so I am urging the liberals in my community, the libertarians in my community, the liberals and libertarians outside of my community, the people who have listened to this fucking, sorry, this is going to be the first slur of the stream, this retarded fucking argument that you can do whatever with your brain because it doesn't affect anything, you're wrong. And you're stupid. And you're cringe. And you should reconsider your priors. So this brings us, this happened in...
I don't know, me personally, I think that I've read like mixed stuff on this. So I think there are certain people for whom like consuming lolicon does increase your risk of offending. I think, what is it, like people with low empathy, people with like substance abuse issues, like stuff like that, right? There are certain risk factors. Or people with really, really strong pedophilic urges. And then for other types of people, it can curb that behavior, I think. Again, I'm like half remembering things that I've read. The reason why I'm happy saying that Food Shops is probably a pedophile is all the statements that she's made about the reason why she's attracted to Lolly, right? It's not just the body type, which is what usually people will cope about, right? It's just petite, it's just small, right? That's what they're into. No, Food Shops is into the fucking is into the power differential. That's what she likes. That's what she likes. She likes the power differential between an adult and a child, which is extremely fucking concerning. Extremely fucking concerning. Because there's no way to be able to appropriate that to like a healthy fucking relationship, right? You can just get with a short woman if you're into that body type, okay? You can just get with a fucking petite woman. You can't emulate the power dynamic between like an adult and a child. Unless you've got a child, right?
January 20th of 2025 was the release of the Pixie drama. Steven and I hung out several times throughout 2025. Food Shops fell into orbit and became one of Steven's champions in 2025. I didn't like it, but I dealt with it. Then, in November of 2025, I was contacted by a man on Twitter. I do not have his profile at this time.
I mean, I guess there's probably other things in there as well, right? It's probably not just the power dynamic. The idea that it got so bad for Food Shops at one point that she, like, was crossing the road when a child would approach her or walk on the same fucking side of the street as her because she was so terrified of molesting them accidentally, I think. Like, she would, like, high-five a kid and she would feel perturbed or grossed out by even the thought of doing that because she'd gotten, like, too close or... Dude, there's just a lot of reason to think the Food Shops is, like, deeply, deeply disturbed.
I'm sure that...
Also Asian, also trans, if you want to throw those in, you know?
He still has it, but he added several Destiny orbiters, including myself. You know, you could go check the text messages. I think it was at my counter profile. If there's the possibility to go check the archive and see people who added my profile, you could probably find this profile. But anyways, this gentleman says, I am a traditional Catholic. I am married. My wife has destroyed our family for Destiny, and no one's doing anything about it. So I go, huh. And by the way, this is according to recollection, so if I mess up a word here or there, I'm describing the conversation in generalities as I remember it, not with the specific quotations. So I go, huh. Well, I do like Steven, but I'm not the kind of guy who ignores a problem. So let me go ahead and check this out. And I talked to this gentleman whose current profile on Discord is called Devil. And Devil says, I'm a traditional Catholic man. My wife and I are military veterans. We both have post-traumatic stress disorder. She has sexually related trauma. And she has been in a sexual communication relationship with Destiny since February of 2025. And the reason why this is important to me is because Stephen made the argument, as silly as it was, that he had substantially reduced his gooning and that he was not engaging in reckless sexual behavior the way that he was. Now, what the husband further said...
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I think I pointed this out yesterday, right? Dude, the original cope when the Pixie stuff all dropped, before any of the implied consent arguments came out, before the manifesto dropped, I think the first defense that Destiny tried to give after I'm Akuma, what do you want me to say, is, yeah, I'm on Vyvanse. I'm on Vyvanse now. I take medication for my ADHD. I'm way less prone to, I guess, like, acting purely on impulse, right? I'm more considered about the type of actions that I take now. I would never do this now. I would never do this now. I've cut down on my gooning significantly, only to then find out several months later he's doing H-play with a grouper's wife.
Is that they engaged in step-parent roleplay, that they sent pictures of the family, specific details unknown, that he was deeply, deeply, deeply upset by this, that he wanted vengeance against Stephen, and while the specifics may be unclear in these series of messages as to whether or not he wanted to commit homicide against Stephen, he's welcome to release the logs and show whether or not he ever expressed a homicidal desire for Stephen. I have logs of the wife saying that her husband told her repeatedly that he desired that Stephen were killed. So he says, okay, well, then he shared his text message logs with me. Now, in the text message logs, what I remember is that he was accusing this person, his wife, of engaging in step-parent roleplay, of involving pictures of their children, of engaging in lurid, ephemophilic, or pedophilic, depending on your definition, sexual roleplay, and how that was repulsive and disgusting, and he hated her and hated Stephen for doing this and destroying his family. So, he says...
I've been fucking thinking about this shit ever since it fucking dropped. Ever since the details of this shit came out, I've just been trying to put myself in the position of, like, what would be going through your fucking mind, man? You find out that your wife has been gooning with, first of all, Destiny. What? Could never look at her again. Could never touch that woman again. But second of all, the idea that she's been, like, introducing... what, images of your children into, like, your sexting dynamics with Destiny? Dude, I mean, dude, it's gotta fuck you up. It's literally gotta fuck you up. That is the kind of shit that's gotta give you PTSD on top of PTSD, dude. Fuck me, man. Like, obviously you should never threaten to kill somebody. Obviously, if you were to kill Destiny, that would be bad, right? We've got to give those provisos right now with the drama climate. But holy fuck, man, I can be almost sympathetic to that, like, I guess that urge, that drive.
Well, she's actually a fan of yours, so why don't you call her and talk to her about it and see what kind of evidence or narrative she gives you? So I do. And what she says is, no, that didn't happen. My husband is exaggerating. The family pictures had nothing to do with the sexual situations, and we engaged in, like, some babysitter role play or whatever, but it's not as bad as the husband is making up. You know, she was the initiator. She was the person who pursued the relationship. And even Stephen said, hey, we should cut this off. Like, let's not do this. You're married. Your husband is pissed off. You know, let's not do this. Okay? Now, I wrote Stephen a letter that I'm going to read to you.
Yeah, here's the problem with the way that Connor has fucking dropped this as well. And I guess it's probably right to say this, like, quite early on into the coverage, okay? Connor, I don't know if he felt like the weight of DGG bearing down on him. He saw that his Twitter account got suspended, and it sent him to a fight or flight wild frenzy. And he felt like he had to prove himself and the claims that he was making. I legitimately don't know what the fuck he was thinking. But he dropped this shit way too fucking early, man. He clearly didn't have all his ducks in a row. The idea that a core allegation being made here is that Destiny was gooning to the pictures of these kids and that was part of their sexual roleplay, is images of her real children, and then she says, "Nuh-uh, it got nothing to do with it." Do we not have the fucking logs? Have we not looked into any of this shit at all? Do you pass this off to somebody else before you fucking drop it, man? If that's just left hanging in the air, we're not sure whether that's true or not. One side says one thing, one side says another. Both have got incentives to lie, right? Bro, fuck me, man.
You. Because it's my side of the messages. I'm not leaking any of his messages. I'm just going to leak my own. I'm looking. I should have had this pulled up, but take a breather. Oh, I misspelled the word friend. That's why.
Ironic. Exposing the intimate details of your supposed friend's relationship, and you can't even spell the word. Telling.
Let's find it.
Is this the
I
letter?
read this earlier, but I'm going to read it blank. I'm going to read it again, just so it's all in one place. Dearest Stephen, I value our friendship and want to continue it, but you are a retard. A traditional Catholic man messaged me on Twitter saying that you had sexted his wife as recently as February. He wants to blow this up into drama. The wife wants it to stay quiet. His wife is actually a fan of mine and contacted me as well, saying she was on the rocks with her husband and that she was the initiator and voluntary participant in the sexting. However, she also said that you knew she was married and a psychological mess and encouraged her to stop messaging her. That being said, you guys continued. She mentioned that the messaging was quote unquote spicy and inquired as to what that spice was, and I found out. You are, of course,
This fucking letter that you wrote has got to be the fucking... This is the pinnacle of the drama. And then Connor reading it out is also the fucking pinnacle of the drama. This is so fucking funny, man. Okay, we're gonna go to 1x speed for this. We really need to fucking savor it, okay? I promise you.
retarded. Not just that, but she mentioned that your ex found these messages and was angry with both of you. Her fear was that this ex may have taken screenshots and may leak them out of revenge if this all blows up. She was arguing with her husband and in an argument admitted to these messages. The husband, as a traditional Catholic, his honor is insulted and he wants to destroy you.
Wait. The husband has been calling for total destiny destruction? Are we sure this guy isn't a J-Stalk fan? Are we absolutely certain that this guy isn't a Jew stalker? What? His honor has been insulted. Bro, the allegation that he's making is that Destiny's been jerking off to his kid's toes and his honor has been insulted. A little bit of a fucking light way to say it, no?
To my knowledge, he does not have copies of these messages. However, this brings me to our friendship. I think you are an intelligent, charismatic, funny, rhetorically gifted man. Wait, I think you are an intelligent, charismatic, funny, rhetorically gifted man, and I respect and admire you and your talents. However, I think you're a self-destructive, sexual degenerate retard who has to constantly test the loyalty of your friends. Conscious or not, you engage in indefensible behavior and look to see who sticks around. In my opinion, you walk the straight and narrow and then get bored every few months, so you blow everything up again to see who sticks around. It's a self-fulfilling cycle because while your cynicism tells you everyone will eventually betray you, you act in such a way that any sane person concerned with their own reputation would betray you out of a sense of self-preservation.
Jesus Christ.
So, to wit.
These guys are supposed to be fucking friends, man. I don't know what response Connor expected from this letter. This is like, I don't know, it's just like, this is a gay breakup letter, okay? I'm not saying that in like a, I don't know, like an insulting way. I'm not saying it in an insulting way at all. But this is like a gay relationship, and you're telling your boyfriend that it's over and you're done with him. Listen, I'm not saying that Connor is wrong. I'm not saying that Connor is wrong at all. But the idea that any rational person would betray you out of self-interest. Bro, you've been this guy's top guy for like the last year, man.
To Hutch. To people. My Twitter might have gotten hacked, by the way. My Twitter has already been banned once. My Twitter asked for my two-factor authentication for my email, and the email that I signed up with for my Twitter is no longer working. So I may have just lost my newer Twitter profile.
Oh, yeah, I remember talking about this shit yesterday as well. His email stopped working. How fucking weird. Now, I guess somebody mentioned yesterday that if your email inbox fills up, or if your Google Drive fills up, you can't receive emails anymore, which seems like absolutely fucking wild. Otherwise, I've heard other people say that Connor was possibly hacked and his Twitter account was taken over, and they've maybe, I guess, potentially changed the email, and so it's routed to a different email, not the one that is usually used. I don't fucking know. All I know is that, right, the allegations made within this story may or may not be true. As they stand right now, they are allegations. However, Connor's email is definitively being molested by somebody.
And so if my Twitter profile is
Connor's email is the only known victim, only verified victim in this story.
anything crazy right now,
I think Connor blew all this shit up live to give a boost to his stream. He told Queeman he was going to change his content. I don't really buy that. I think Connor is, like, feeling the weight of DGG. He's probably molding. I mean, we've seen how he's on stream, right? This guy sees somebody one-guying him. Clearly some kind of, I don't know, like DGG fucking spurg, right? Like, their mind is enslaved to Destiny. And then he just, like, fucking rages out at them. Starts speaking to them specifically. Even when he's on a call with somebody else. Even when he's on a call with somebody else. It's not for content at that point, right? It is absolutely personal. If you're ignoring somebody that you're actually speaking to one-on-one on a Discord or a phone call to be able to rage out at a certain chatter, yeah, that shit is fucking hitting you hard, okay? That shit is hitting you real fucking hard. But, yeah, I don't think that Connor's doing this out of an interest in, like, promoting his stream. Because realistically, people have said this, that, oh, well, you know, Connor's just trying to boost his stream from DGGers. Connor's trying to, when he was, like, sweeping for Destiny on his side, right? Oh, Destiny's, you know, Connor's just trying to sweep for Destiny to be able to get DGGers in. And now people are saying, well, Connor's only appealing to the snarkers to do a shameless clout grab. It's, like, probably neither of those. Because people forget that the snarkers and Destiny are both predominantly left-wing. Connor is some flavor of neoconservative who does political commentary for a fucking living, right? Neither of those are the audiences that you're going to be able to capture any kind of, like, I guess, long-term viewership from. It's just not a viable solution, right? It's not a viable tactic.
just know that I've been hacked since...
If Connor was actually trying to get some kind of, like, right-wing audience and actually focused on growth, he would have gone to Andrew Wilson with this shit, 100%. This shit would have been dropped on the Crucible with Connor as a fucking guest star. That would have been the smart way to be able to drop this stuff if you wanted the clout. But fumbled the bag. What can you do?
Probably 8 a.m. this morning. So I'm paying a price for telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God, as I've seen it, as I remember it.
Dude, invincible splash screen.
So, I decide, hey, I gave him a shot across the bow. I can't tell who's telling the truth. I don't know if Steven is being a fucking retard, and if he's pretending to be a 13-year-old boy getting molested by a 15-year-old girl, which is fucking weird. But Steven's a weird guy, so whatever. Or if it's worse. So I'm going to put this in, I'm going to give Steven a shot across the bow. I'm going to ask the husband what he wants to do. And I'm going to see if this blows up or blows sideways or whatever. But I don't have enough evidence to go forward. I asked the husband what he wants to do. And he says he wants to leave Sleeping Dogs Lie for now. So I say, okay. And I let Sleeping Dogs lie. And weirdly enough, a few weeks or a few months go by. Nothing happens. And I'm like, you know what? This could blow up in the future. But it's not my problem for now.
Dude, it could blow up in the future. Yeah, it could blow up in your fucking friend's face, dude. These people are plotting to be able to murder Steven. What the fuck are you talking about? It could blow up eventually. Could blow up. Could blow a hole in his fucking head, dude. What are you talking about? Yo, Kitten Screaming, thank you for the $20 super sticker. That's insanely generous. Thank you. Video game controller. Bashes on the floor. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right.
Which brings us to the Snarker War. So,
Oh my god, the fucking Snarker War. How cavalier and how chill Connor has been throughout the entire thing. Maybe I've just got like a nervous disposition. I am like an excitable person, right? Me and Connor are built different. Very, very different, clearly. But dude, you've got some like insane online groiper coming to you and saying, your friend has dishonored my family. Your friend has asked my wife if he can suck from her teat like a mother's milk. Your friend has been jacking off to my kid's toes. I'm getting on my boys in the group chat right now. We're gonna go round to his house. We're tracking his movements. You go, oh, okay. Well, might blow up eventually. That's not my issue, unfortunately.
so once again, I want to emphasize, I've heard Hutch saying this should have been done in private. It was done in private in November of 2025. I heard Wick say that this should have been done in private.
My culture is not your costume, Dickers. Okay, he's from South America. He's not from Mexico.
It was done in private in November of 2025. Okay? This was private.
What do you mean, what is that accent? That's my idea of what a traditional Catholic man would sound like. If he's so gung-ho and cowboy that he's willing to kill a man for cheating on his wife with him.
Stephen did not listen to me. He did not consider me. He did not consider Kyla. He did not consider Dan Saltman. He did not consider Mr. Mooten. He did not consider any of his future coworkers. He did not consider Unfuck America. He did not consider CNN. He didn't consider a single fucking person when he engaged in this behavior. And trust.
Sounds like a villainous cowboy. Dude, what are you talking about? Underground in August. You might dislike Destiny, okay? But this guy is still tracking his movements to be able to fucking kill him. Yes, a villainous cowboy. That's exactly what I was going for.
Trust me. It gets a little bit worse.
Am I supposed to do a fucking Superman? Like a fucking superhero voice? Dude, you're insane.
So anyways, the Snarker War.
Okay.
I think that when Hutch and Wick are confused about what Steven's sexual indiscretions have to do with Steven's snarker, anti-snarker campaign, I think they are either being thoughtless or obtuse. Pretty clearly, if you listen to any of the snarkers, one of their primary criticisms of Steven is the way that he conducts his personal affairs. Whether that's in reference to Sherry, whether that's in reference to Anne of War, whether that's in reference to Melina, whether or not that's in reference to Lauren Southern, whether or not that's in reference to Pixie or Rose,
It's quite clear. What, we can keep going? What do you mean? Why are we stopping there? Why are we stopping there? Rachel, we can go we can go blue tea. We can go we can go a little bit further than that, comma. Come on, you know the law, mate.
That Steven's personal conduct is what is he is most often criticized for by the people who hate him. And not only that, this conduct is not private. It is not. We found out about Melina and Lauren Southern and Rose because Steven sent his not only homemade pornography to Rose, he sent his love letters to and from Lauren Southern. Why are you sending love letters of you and your ex-girlfriend to a sex worker you have known for 10 days?
I mean, when you put it like that, right? When you put it like that. I mean, yeah, the Pixie stuff was sent after 10 days. Because if that leaked, I mean, right, that's like sex details, I guess. Apparently, I think he waited several months before he trusted this girl with the text between him and Lauren Southern. But I mean, even so, yeah. I mean, this stuff has been litigated not Dickers, on Destiny's stream for like what? I mean, the better part of his career. It feels like Destiny has always been like a political streamer with like a distinct interest in drama, right? I'm pretty sure during parts of his fucking career, this guy has gone in for majority drama. He's been a drama streamer who occasionally talks about politics when things get dry in the fucking Discord, you know? Yeah, but all of this stuff has been litigated publicly. The idea is though people are like, I don't know, obsessive or crazy for knowing any of these details. Bro, it's been a mainstay of your fucking content. I'm pretty sure a lot of these people were just ex-fans, right?
If Steven's private life was private, then it would remain private. If Steven's personal life was personal, it would remain personal. But it's not. And the same level of indiscretion that he engaged with in reference to Rose is the same level of indiscretion that he engaged with in reference to Brit. Brit was a random woman on Discord. Brit and him talked via Discord DMs. Brit and him engage in extreme sexual role-playing, despite her being currently married to someone who hates his guts. I can only assume that this is sexual impulsivity that borders on addiction. So when you say, Connor, you are cock-watching, you are criticizing Steven's personal and private life. No, I'm not. It's become public. You know why? Because the husband contacted me. The husband showed up in Steven's own DGG chat. The husband was a part of a Telegram group that routinely talked about Steven deserving homicide.
Dude, the crazy thing about him turning up in Destiny's chat is like, I mean, if you look at the logs, this guy wasn't even fucking banned, right? Hold on, let's go and have a look at the kick logs while we're fucking here. Yeah? Okay, nice. Let's go in for it real quick. So, bottom to top. This guy was just going into Destiny's chat for like, was this over the course of a day? Dude, this was over the course of 10 minutes, and nobody decided to fucking ban this guy. In Destiny's chat, literally all of the people who were talking are all in DGG chat. His chat just does not fucking move on kick.
That's just, Steven's just being a silly guy.
Thank you.
You snark has ruined Connor's life. Congratulations, Richard.
Thank you for the 20 PLN. James Delos Inc. Hugely appreciate that. Thank you very much. He did get banned? Wait, really? I'm not seeing that in any of the logs. Ban that guy? That guy's star-based? Yeah, but he's giving me money, so we'll let him stay, okay? Alright, nice, here we go. So he starts off. For those who don't know, cold open. For those who don't know, Destiny has been having an affair with a married woman with children. His girlfriend broke up with him and threatened to expose him as a P3DO. She was sending... Dude, she was sending him pics of her kids.
Okay, bro.
I have proof.
For your boots.
Yo!
Did I ever tell you about Geosaw? I got contacted for my evidence dump recently. It angers me how commentary, not Queeman, dismissed my levy as lies.
Thank you very much, Queen Comment, for the 5 Canadian. If you want to send that through, feel free. Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, thank you. I have proof. It was my wife. We're split up now. That's why Blank, or whatever her name is, left him. I think that's Destiny's girlfriend. They were doing weird age play stuff. And she sent him pics of my kids. No, BH. She's been in here. Brit. My wife went to his... Wait, what? Oh, sorry. My wife went to her mother's yesterday. He's probably talking to her right now. I hope he fucking... Dude, TOS's himself. But he's a narcissist freak, so doubt it. Delete the pictures of my children off your computer, you sick freak. Destiny solicits pictures of children from mentally ill housewives he manipulates. And I have proof. Acknowledge me, freak. And then he replies to somebody else and says, pedo cult. You should try. Nobody loves you, not even your son. Cry about it to somebody else replying to him. He's messaging her right now, talking about K-ing himself. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. Lies detected 0. Alright, I'm not sure about this stuff about Destiny soliciting the picture of the kids, okay? I think that's lie one. There's probably a few you can go through. Dude, listen, okay? I understand that everybody's excited. I understand that everyone's excited. Here's the basic rule that you need to understand with the Destiny drama, okay? Yo, thank you for the $5.
Gay shirt buddy.
Thank you, Bullies Me. I appreciate it. But here's like the cardinal rule. Every single time that Destiny gets into drama that you need to fucking remember, okay? Destiny is shameless. Destiny feels absolutely no shame anytime that he gets in drama. It doesn't affect him. He keeps on plowing through it. This guy has been in career-ending dramas more times than, like, I don't know, like, most streamers have even gone live, okay? Again and again and again. This guy's getting himself into sticky situations. And a part, in my opinion, about why his audience loves to watch him is to see him ruin his life. Almost. And then watch him try and fucking claw back from it,
Okay,
right?
bro, you're getting too big for your boots.
That's not true. That's snark dash green square emoji.
Thank you for the 2, Guna. I appreciate it. But, yeah, so Destiny is constantly getting himself into these fucking situations. And frankly, after the Rose situation, after the Pixie situation, anybody who's left over at this point will just accept Destiny for whatever he fucking feeds them. Any line that he tries to sell them, they'll believe it. They'll accept the marching orders, because they are just they're just interested in propping Destiny up. Maybe they think he's beneficial politically, or they've got some other motivation, or they're just parasocially fucking obsessed, right? They are mentally deranged people. But for whatever reason, like, Destiny's audience is not leaving him, right? If you think that this is going to be, finally, the drama where Destiny falls, it's just not going to fucking happen. Destiny could lose the court case, and he would not lose a single fucking viewer. You've got to understand this, okay? Nothing is going to touch this guy. Just enjoy the fucking content.
And Devil, if you're in chat and you're denying this fact right now, just know that I have screenshots from Brit that say the exact opposite. That you are a Nick Fuentes fan. That you are a traditional Catholic. That you did hate Stephen. That you did allude to the fact that this Telegram channel was plotting Stephen's homicide. So, you can, Stephen and all his little fucking sycophant cultists can say, oh, the husband is saying he's not a groiper and he never threatened Stephen. That's okay. I have screenshots from the wife saying the exact opposite. So good luck with your argumentation. Good luck sweeping this one. So, you cannot delineate Stephen's personal and private conduct when it becomes public, and when I become aware of it as an orbiter. If I cover it, if I cover it up, I am complicit. If I expose it, I'm a backstabber. Please tell me what I should do, because I'll tell you what I did do. I tried to determine the evidence. I gave Stephen a shot across the bow, and he didn't listen to it, which I will bring up evidence for momentarily. All right. Let me scroll down. I am using an outline, so excuse the next few moments of dead air.
Dude, I just do not I don't envy Connor's position any of this at all. He's so fucked over. What I don't get in this, because I was wondering initially, like, dude, is this like some kind of gay op that Connor's fallen for? Except for the fact that Destiny agreed on the call when they spoke together that this shit was real. It's like, okay, damn. This stuff is totally fucking real. Okay. But it was in the back of my mind. I just wasn't sure whether this shit was true or not. Especially when you start reading the fucking logs. It's like, dude, why are they going to Connor points of all people? Why? What the fuck is the point of that?
Destiny escalates the Snarker War with an implicit threat. And by the way, if you've seen me jump on a few times in the past few months, where I just jumped on to hang out with Destiny for just a specific topic and then dip out, I'll tell you, not only did I want to maintain a respectful orbit, because I didn't want to be viewed. Stephen himself referred to me as a meteor. You know, an orbit is a moon, something that's constantly there. A meteor is something that travels in and out of the solar system. The reason why I treated Stephen and my orbit as a meteor prior to November of 2025 is because I didn't want to be a clout shark. I didn't want to be a demon. I didn't want to be another person in Steven's life who sucked up to him for money, wealth, power, and influence, and then backstabbed them the second that it was convenient. I did not want to do that. Truth be told, I don't want to be doing this right now. I wish this hadn't happened. I wish that Steven and I could be friends. But there are things that I can't defend, and so I won't. So, Destiny escalates the Snarker war this past week by saying that anybody...
Oh, Connor did say the first message was sent to several orbiters. Connor was the one who bit. Oh, fuck me, man. Fucking hell. Wait, so Hutch received the exact same message as well? Oh, bro, fuck me. Why would you decide that you're going to be the fucking guy to do the investigative work? You're going to be the gumshoe detective. Why? I guess, what is it? Like, his history as a fucking cop? Maybe? His history as a veteran makes him, like, sympathetic to the guy? Dude, fuck me.
Who is hosting Snark...
Okay, from, like, a personal perspective, yeah, okay, you're being honest to your principles, you're checking out an allegation against your friend, you're a good person. From a content creator perspective, oh, bro, why put yourself in that position, man?
in their discords and allowing them to talk shit unimpeded, he will no longer interact with them. And what I said, when Steven said that, he never direct messaged me. He never made a direct ask. He never told me what he wanted. What he did instead is he said that on stream, and then I got a series of messages about it. And I'll pull this up right now. I said that there's a reasonable ask here.
What, Connor will crack the case? No. Unfortunately, Connor won't crack the case, okay? Connor won't crack the case for the exact same reason that Connor initially got involved in this, okay? Your virtues as a person can sometimes hold you back from creating the best content. If Connor was actually, like, a good content creator, Connor's a good content creator, but if he was actually living and breathing this shit, what Connor would have done, okay, set up some kind of, like, automatically triggered Google alerts, so that when this girl tweets more than, like, 5 times in a minute, okay, it's go time. She's in a BPD spiral, she's vulnerable, you know she's gonna do whatever you ask. In that moment, jump on it, send the DM, automate it if you fucking want. Leak your DMs with me! Send me everything right now! Otherwise, I'm gonna stick the gropers on you, bitch. Okay. But Connor could have got these fucking logs if you wanted to actually be nasty. If you actually wanted to milk the content for as much as you fucking wanted. But again, too good of a person. Too good of a person, it's honorable.
Do not allow snarkers into your community to endlessly talk shit about me, or I will no longer associate, fraternize, debate, or talk with you. That's the reasonable ask. But the unreasonable ask, that I believe is an implied threat, was since Destiny has a disproportionate amount of clout, power, and influence, it is safer to ban snarkers entirely, so you do not warrant Steven's wrath and or disassociation. Not only did Mr. Mooten confirm that this implied threat was meant by Steven's statements, but Steven followed through on this implied threat. When I asked him for evidence of Doobie engaging in snark behavior that was greater than talking shit, he presented none. When I asked him why he doxed Esports Batman and Wicked Supreme, he didn't have a good answer. So no, I have done difficult things in my life. I am not going to be leaned on through social media and public pressure to ban people from my community, however nefarious, without cause. If you want me to ban these people, then you present cause. So on Friday, that blew up. This past Friday. Matter of fact, I'll give you a date for the people who exist in the future. May 22nd of 2026. I've known about Devil and Brit since November. Let me go ahead
Let's
and
get
move that
this
away.
back to 1.25.
Not only did Destiny imply the threat, he carried out the threat. So, on Saturday, might have even been Friday night, I get a message from Brittany. Brittany contacts me. She says, "Oh, it's crazy. I'm so sorry that you and Steven are breaking up. Steven and I are still talking." So I want you to understand this. Steven sexually text messaged a woman.
Dude, what is this guy doing? Is he fucking powering up? What was that jiggle, man?
Steven sexually text messaged a woman, did age play scenarios with her, got a shot across the bow. Hey, this
Yeah, okay. I understand why he's doing a run-up for this,
is
actually.
fucked up and retarded. And he kept doing it. And not only did that happen, holy fucking shit, but I remembered the narrative that her husband was in a group planning Steven's homicide, and I asked her to confirm that detail. She confirmed that detail. I have the screenshot. Not only that, this is going to be a tough one. Give me a second.
Okay. Do you got to be that close to the mic?
Not only that, but her and her husband are broken up, obviously. But Steven thought it was prudent to receive pornography of the husband and this wife. I want you to understand that. Britt vacillates between endless adoration and love for Steven. She truly loves him on a fundamental level. She thinks he's the best thing since sliced bread. When Steven is not around and is not communicating with her, she gets suicidal because she's mentally unwell. Her husband has blamed Steven for the implosion of his family. Steven received a pornographic video of these two mentally unstable, homicidal, and suicidal military veterans having sex for his personal enjoyment.
I mean, I understand that everything that he's saying, at least in this sentence, is like factual. They were both kind of traumatized military veterans. It's just the way that he fucking describes it. He makes it sound as though Destiny is like, oh, he's not using Tinder. He's not using Grindr anymore. He's just going to like the local fucking asylum to be able to like hook up with these people. Fuck me.
That is something that I was told on Saturday. And by the way, that was confirmed by both parties. That was confirmed by Britt and that was confirmed by Devil. So, you can imagine, I hope, my frustration, rage, and anger that my retarded friend, who is $800,000 down because he was imprudent sexually, is still being imprudent sexually in a way.
Oh man, is that the first time that we've got a figure like that? I don't know if Destiny has actually shared the amount that he spent on his legal defense for this lawsuit currently. 800,000. 800,000. Man, I think I was saying this yesterday. I was saying this like last night, or maybe this morning after I woke up in a VC with somebody. Dude, you got to be thinking from like Destiny's perspective, like. Originally, before any of this shit turned legal, before any of this shit got public, I think Pixie's request was that Destiny pay for her way through, like, legal school, right? I think, what was the figure? It came out to, like, $1 million or something like that. Maybe less than that? Dude, you've got to know that he's, like, kicking himself right now after shooting himself in the foot this fucking hard. It never had to go public. He never has to spend months and months and months breaking his fucking brain thinking about his legal case. He never has to do any of this shit, and then possibly the other issues that he has as a result just don't fucking happen, you know? He's not super mind raped, so he's making insane fucking optics poison comments after Charlie Kirk's assassination, saying that conservatives should be afraid to go to events. They should be afraid of getting killed when they go to fucking college campuses. He avoids the demonetization on YouTube as well, right? Dude, if only he could go back in time and just pay for a fucking Harvard tuition fees. Fuck me.
That could get him killed. And in a way, that could result in a woman's suicide.
Okay, he's talked about 800,000 multiple times, yes? Fuck me.
I am obviously angry about this fact. It gets worse. The snarkers have not corrupted my mind. They have not mind raped me. They have not manipulated me into my position. If you take a look at my previous content, I have been quite clearly critical about Steven's sexual misadventures. And when I thought he was doing better, I was praising him. And when I thought he was fucking up, I was criticizing him. So to pretend that J-Stock, Queeman, or Doobie talked to me for 2 weeks and that somehow changed everything, it did not. You were just not paying attention to what I was saying previously. The snarkers have given me one thing and one thing alone. I have verified that this is Brit through information that I have saved. She wrote in to
Thank you for the raid, Purple Parry Gaming on Kick. Thank you very much.
Mr. Girl's call-in show via email to discuss her relationship with Steven. This is confirmed. I cannot be sued for this because I have the evidence that backs up the truth of this scenario. Let's listen.
This year, I was involved in an online affair with a guy for almost a year.
No! No fucking way. I didn't get to this point when I was watching it yesterday, so this is all new for me. Fuck, I had this loaded up on Substack at the same time to be able to get it. Yeah, okay, so, if you guys, I'm sure everybody knows who Mr. Girl is, right? Infamously did that review of Cuties, landed him in hot water, launched into the Destiny orbit to be able to have conversations about pedophilia, broke out of the Destiny orbit when he started criticizing Destiny's previous sexual liaisons and messaging a bunch of people from his past, and now does a call-in show on Substack since he's been banned on literally fucking everything, okay? This is where he uploads his videos now. Before Mr. Girl, I didn't even realize that you could upload videos to Substack. I thought all you could do was upload articles, but this is what he does now. And I guess he goes through and he reads emails that his viewers send him, detailing, like, sexual fantasies and, like, disturbing sexual conduct. I guess. That's his content now.
My husband wouldn't engage with any of the weird trauma-induced kink stuff that I was curious about, and so I was compelled to impulsively and regretfully engage with this guy online in some pretty intense and taboo age play scenarios, including fantasizing about being step-parents to each other's kids. And obviously it went way too far, but felt really intensely good in the moment. But afterward, I felt sick and cried all night because it obviously felt really bad too. How do you know if the other person also feels the same way or if they would actually do it? My understanding is the best predictors are drug use and low empathy. And even worse, what if you felt like you love them so much that you wouldn't care if they did and you get off on what you would potentially be willing to allow them to get away with? What if the idea is kind of enticing to you in a way, even if you deny it?
Wait, hold on. Mr. Girl agrees with me. Okay. Mr. Girl agrees with me. Mr. Girl agrees with me. I know my pedo science.
Or try to lie to yourself about it. Even if you never act out on something like that yourself, lucky for me, it's over now. If you're saying that you doubt your willingness to hold boundaries in real life, then that is a danger. Yes. This year, I was involved in an...
I'm going to go ahead and play that one more time. Back in November, I had two conflicting stories. Devil told me that this was the scenario. That there was step-parent role play.
Wait, hold on. Fuck, I've just realized. Does somebody have access to the logs where Brittany is talking about, I guess, whether or not this stuff is real? Because she gives an explanation for some of the stuff, right? I'm pretty sure. She tries to say that it was a joke, that she was doing a funny prank, I think. Okay, if somebody could send me those logs, I would hugely appreciate it.
Involving children. Brittany said no. It was babysitter shit. Devil's exaggerating. This is an email confirmed to be Brit sent to Mr. Girl. One more time.
This year, I was involved in an online affair with a guy for almost a year. My husband wouldn't engage with any of the weird trauma-induced kink stuff that I was curious about, and so I was compelled to impulsively and regretfully engage with this guy online in some pretty intense and taboo age play scenarios, including fantasizing about being step-parents to each other's kids. And obviously it went way too far, but felt really intensely good in the moment.
Wait. Okay, totally irrelevant derail. I just saw this this message from Food Shops in Destiny's DGG chat. This is not recent, okay? This is not recent. This is from about a year ago. Fuck me. Steven and I are in the pedo club together. That's your top guy, man. That's your top guy. That's supposed to be your foremost fucking defender. Okay, nice. Alright, back to this.
But afterward, I felt sick and cried all night because it obviously felt really bad too. How do you know if the other person also feels the same way or if they would actually do it? My understanding is the best predictors are drug use and low empathy. And even worse, what if you felt like you love them so much that you wouldn't care if they did and you get off on what you would potentially be willing to allow them to get away with? What if the idea is kind of enticing to you in a way, even if you deny it or try to lie to yourself about it? Even if you never act out on something like that yourself, lucky for me, it's over.
Yo, Toasty, thank you very much. I'll play it after this, all right? Appreciate you sending me those DMs.
If you're saying that you doubt your willingness to hold boundaries in real life, then that is a danger. Yes.
Okay. And yes, my outline is on Microsoft Paint. Because fuck you, that's why.
Why? How fucking weird. This guy is obsessed with Microsoft Paint. This guy's absolutely fucking obsessed with Microsoft Paint. Are you fucking 10 years old? Are you a fucking 10-year-old who's literally just discovered how to use a computer? You were typing out your fucking notes on Microsoft Word. What if you want to fucking change up that shit? What? Okay, nice. Oh, and this retard fucking muted himself. 10-year-old, little fucking 10-year-old, just discovered how to use a fucking computer.
What I said was, yes, my outline is on my...
And people wonder why Destiny kept this guy around for so long. Okay.
Microsoft Paint, because fuck you, that's why. And it's funny. So, I wish, Devil may not believe this, but I truly mean this. I wish him the best moving on from Brit, because I think they're broken up now. I truly wish Brit the very best, moving on as well. She is clearly psychologically disturbed. She clearly needs therapy. If you talk to her for more than 30 seconds, you can identify the fact that she needs therapy. She is way too forward. She is way too flirtatious. She is way too open with soft core, but still sexual messages. She is clearly someone in psychological distress. And this was identifiable to me within minutes of meeting her on Discord. I'm not even losing $800,000. I'm not even being sued. I was able to identify her mental illness instantaneously.
I mean, Connor's not even exaggerated as well. I don't know if people here have, like, read her logs or read how she types. There's like two core fundamental, easy ways to tell if somebody has BPD, okay? Test 1. Are they attracted to Destiny? Okay? Super simple. Test 2. Do you use commas at all? Okay? Here we are. But these are the DMs where she's talking about the allegations that Connor's made. Specifically about the call into Mr. Girl as well, right? Or the fucking, I guess the email. So Britt says, Connor's live. I'm sorry. I hope you're okay. Destiny says, lol W. Such is life. Brittany says, I feel sick. 8 minutes later. This is all my fault. 10 minutes later. My ex is pissed because he asked him to drop it. Over half an hour later. That Mr. Girl email was so unhinged. I'm gonna TOS myself. Destiny. Lol. Dude, wait, what? I mean, this guy is so, caring and sensitive, and, he's really in touch with his sensitive side, I can understand why she thinks that he's her knight in shining armor, her Flynn to her Rapunzel. I'm gonna TOS myself. Ha! Lol! Just don't watch it, / ignore it. Connor's just in his little tantrum mode right now, and he's getting wound up by all the snarkers to have his moment. Okay. I don't even think that's it. I don't even think that's it. Like, I guess I'm seeing a few people on Twitter going like, yeah, Connor. Go, Connor. You go, Connor. Or I don't know, something like that. But I think largely it's probably like a push factor from DGG that's causing this shit. Right? Like, that's my fucking read anyway, but yeah. So Brit says, here's her explanation. Here's her explanation of that email, okay? I was like 4 days, no sleep, and you weren't mentioned, and it was supposed to be anonymous, and I was intentionally exaggerating and super edgy, because I thought it'd be funny, I thought it'd be funny. I was super destructive. I just don't, okay. I'm not even saying that I don't believe her, okay? I'm being like super duper clear, literally super duper clear with what I'm saying. I do kind of believe her when she says this shit, I think. Do I? Do I? Do I? Do I? I think. I mean, here's the thing. So she's having, like, private DMs with Destiny that she never expects to be made public. Right? So, when she's talking in, and I guess recounting, or recanting from her confession that she gave to Mr. Girl, like, it's details that they would both know, right? About the sexual engagements that they had, talking about her and Destiny's children. So, if she's giving an explanation here, it's presumably to Destiny for why she lied in that email, right? That's the way I'm moving with this shit. That's the way I'm going with this shit. Maybe the stuff about her feeling like a danger around her and children, maybe that's not a lie. Maybe that part is true. It's just, dude, this girl is actually so crazy, it's, like, impossible to fucking tell. Literally, I struggle to even come up with, like, a hard read on this stuff. Possibly, okay? Possibly. Dude, it was super edgy because I thought it would be funny. I'm a pedo! Lamau! Lamau! I barely trust myself around my own children! Lamau! Lamau! Dude, 4 days, no sleep? Wait, dude, is that possible? That's not normal BPD stuff. That's not normal BPD stuff at all, right? I can imagine, like, people having BPD, because I've known people with BPD, and having trouble sleeping, maybe not sleeping for a night, but for 4 days? Yeah, Destiny? Yeah, this girl's got to be on fucking drugs, surely. 4 days, no sleep, symptoms. Alright. Going 4 days without sleep causes severe mental and physical deterioration. I'm going to Google AI, okay? Go fuck yourself if you feel offended by that. This is not an affront to my coverage. Google AI is probably giving you better information than I am, alright? You will experience extreme cognitive impairment, microsleeps, brief uncontrollable naps, complex hallucinations, and symptoms resembling acute psychosis. You must seek medical attention or visit urgent care center immediately to address this severe sleep deprivation. Shut the fuck up. Medical attention or urgent care center. I mean, it's getting it from Healthline. No, they just want to fucking suck all your money from you, okay? I wouldn't pay attention to that last bit. You can probably deal with it on your own, okay? You'll probably be fine. But, yeah, I think I could believe that shit. Yeah, I could believe that shit. BPD can cause mania, if I recall correctly. I'm guessing it's going to depend exactly what type of BPD you have. There are different types to it, right? So some can cause mania. But does that mean... I guess that could mean not sleeping for literal days. Okay. I'm just going to say that as I believe her. I just don't know how the fuck that happened. Drugs? Question mark? Yeah, okay. So, I didn't even think of that being brought up, because it was anonymous. Holy shit! I thought it was hilarious at the time, but looking back, that was probably the dumbest thing I have ever done. We can't get married. They're all gonna say we're fucking each other's kids. 30 minutes go by. Are you mad at me? I'm just streaming, okay? Lol. Okay, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. 40 minutes later. Connor keeps lying and saying that I told him that we were still talking. I said that you had blocked me. He lies. Okay, with that self-report, I don't really believe her at all. Maybe Connor misremembered. Maybe Connor misremembered. What I'm going to presume is that Connor probably... She let on in some kind of detail that her and Destiny were still speaking. No, actually, I think she does in the messages. Wait, hold on. Do we go into this shit? Yeah, let's fucking change over. Let's fucking change over. Let's go back to the fucking Google Docky. Whoops. The other Chrome tab. Here we are. Destiny evidence. Alright, let's go into this shit then. Where are her DMs with Connor? Okay. Let's just go through the fucking Brit DMs now. Okay, this is an easy way to be able to segue into it. Okay, so Connor says, just saying, previously, you did tell me you guys did age play as teenagers or something. So she says, it's because I'm aware of why guys are attracted to me. It's because I'm really tiny and petite and look young. And I have a female and submissive personality. At first glance, anyway. And they exploit that. So I just subconsciously flip it around on them and do the same thing to them. It's kind of exploitative and not a good thing to do. And it makes me feel like I'm in control in a weird way, instead of the other way around. That doesn't even respond to his fucking question. Did you roleplay as minors while sexting? Well, you've got to understand, okay? I'm kind of a psychopath underneath. I appear demure and kind of submissive, but actually, I'll tear a guy's fucking heart out. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, and it's fucking subconscious as well, so she's got no conscious control over it. Great. Great. Amazing things in Destiny's future. Do you see now why I open this up with saying this is only Act 2 of the drama? Act 3 is to come, and it's going to be even more fucking explosive. Because when she turns, it's going to be fucking hell. It's going to be hellfire. Okay, so she says, I'm like 68% positive that he's into it for some kind of similar psychological reason that's based in trauma, attachment, and control. I don't think that he's got an attraction issue either, but I'm not a mind reader or a doctor. Okay, so she's basically confirming it, right? Did I say 68? I meant 98. Pardon me. I meant 98. Okay. So she's 98% positive that he is into age play. So instead of just saying yes and giving more details, it's all of this, presumably. Okay, nice. She carries on. I feel super comfortable and safe and secure in the relationship that I have with him, even when he needs to separate and regulate, and I know that it won't last forever. And we literally only age played one time, and I initiated it, and he didn't want to do it anymore. Despite the fact that you're saying that he's into it for a deep psychological reason. Huh? Okay, interesting. As time goes on, okay, and you read more and more of her DMs and her messages, you'll just realize that she just, like, is constantly self-contradicting herself. Like, take literally everything she says, even mundane details, I guess, with a huge pinch of salt. Because I'm just not convinced that she can keep, like, a natural track on her fucking mind. I don't know if she's unmedicated. I don't know if she's over-medicated. I could definitely believe that she's probably, like, on drugs or some shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on in her head. But she can't keep a fucking straight story. Okay. But we literally only age played one time, and I initiated it, and he didn't want to do it anymore. That's what I've told you every time, and you used it against him, and now people will think that's all we were doing, and that's so far from the truth. I don't really care what people think about me, but he has people wanting to kill him over these accusations. My ex was just one person. There's no way to know who all of these people in that Telegram group and what communities they were from. I don't really think it matters what communities they're from. I feel like that's a bigger issue than the sexual stuff. Thank you for your testimony. The defense rests. Okay, really winning us over. Really winning us over with this one. Okay. Dude. Dude, Connor is so fucking over this shit, you can tell. He just labels this screenshot as, yep, Brit confirms age play 2. Nice. Fantastic. No, the feet. Oh, fuck me, man. Okay. The feet allegations. Do we go into this shit? Fuck it. If we're going into it, we're going into it. One-stop shop. This is where we do the fucking Brit allegations. Okay? The fucking feet allegations. Okay, the Brit feet allegations. So, 1 week, me and Steven were talking about sexual stuff and feet and mild, dumb, sub type stuff, like nothing crazy or super problematic. Then we had 2 weeks of just normal conversations about normal stuff. And then I was babysitting and sent pics of me and my niece because I had baby fever. And she's a cute baby with cute baby feet. Like, I didn't post them, but I sent them to my parents and my friends and the parents of my family, and I don't care who I show them to, and somebody got screenshots somehow, and I tried to make it look... and tried to make it look out of context, like we were talking about that, and then I sent them, and it just freaked me out. So that somebody it freaked me out that somebody could be so sick about something so normal, and I'll never fucking send a pic of any kid to anyone ever. Dude, my hawk has got the right idea, man. My hawk has got the right idea. No, I mean, this is why I was saying, though, that she will constantly contradict herself. She will constantly, every single time, she'll contradict herself. Because she keeps on tweeting and then deleting her tweets. She should probably just get off Twitter. Probably permanently. Probably especially while she's in drama. Okay? But, here we go, right? Oh, right. I see where the confusion is now. I see where the confusion possibly is. So this isn't a direct lie. So, this is, Lalanya? Yeah? Leilana? Leilana. Okay. This is Destiny's ex-girlfriend, Leilana. And she was talking about, well, you know, one time I saw Destiny's phone and there were pictures of kids' feet in their DMs between him and Brit, right? Basically, that's what she says. So Brit comments underneath and says, also, Leilana is confused. I never sent any inappropriate photo ever of my kids or of their feet. I only ever sent pictures and videos of my feet in the water. Foot emoji. Water splash emoji. But I mean, that's just like not true. Right? That's just not true. There's an allegation floating around that you were sending photos of kids' feet. And then you bring up out of nowhere that I had baby fever with her niece, and she's a cute baby with cute baby feet. And you didn't send like a photo specifically of the toes. I mean, why would you bring it up out of nowhere then? You never sent a picture of the toes? Are you sure? I think it's pretty clear that she did, right? Sounds like a guilty conscience. It could be a guilty conscience. It could be a guilty conscience, right? Or this girl might just actually be fucking crazy. And I think it's going to be the latter one, you know? Dude, you're disgusting. I'm scared that baby fever means something else to this woman. No, you're gross, okay? She clarifies later, but you are still gross. Okay, so she presumably did send a picture of her niece's baby feet to Steven. Okay, nice. Oh, and right after I sent the pictures, I said Fuck me, man! Oh, and right after I sent the pictures, I said I have such a breeding kink, which made it look worse. But that didn't have anything to do with the kid, bro. I was making a joke about him knocking me up, because we're always joking about that. Why? Like, presumably your sister's kids or your brother's kids? You're sending that to somebody else and then adding as a tagline, By the way, I've got a huge breeding kink. By the way, I wish you put a baby in me. Well, no, it's something more sexually explicit than that. Dude, it's just weird. It's just weird. It is just very fucking strange. It is just very fucking strange. And then she says she feels so sick that somebody would take that out of context, that she's never going to send a picture of a child again to anybody. It's just so fucking weird, man. I can give you all the baby feet you could ever want, Steven. Yeah, no. We've got no evidence that Destiny was interested in the baby feet, okay? the fee allegation from a former friend who saw the Brit DMs. And just to be clear about the picture I saw, it was her daughters in the river in bathing suits and pictures zoomed in of their feet in the sand/water. Jesus Christ! Yep. I'm sorry. Hasn't it been a recurring joke that he's into foot shit? And not really a joke? I mean, is it a joke? Is it a joke? I mean, in the same sense that it's like a joke that Food Shops is a pedophile. Yes, it's a joke that Destiny's into feet. I mean, what's the DMs with him and Anna Voir? She's like, Destiny, your community hates me, and it's causing me to have like several mental health crises every single week. Could you please like speak to your community and fix that shit, please? It's like destroying my fucking mental health. Yeah, baby, don't worry about it, baby. Don't worry about it, honey. You know, someday I'll sort that out. Anyway, until then, give me those toes. Or let me lick those toes or something like that. Let me rub those toes. But yeah, Destiny is into feet stuff. It's not a joke. He is into feet stuff. Fuck it. We're going through all of these. Okay, plan to visit. What is it about feet? I don't know, dude. I don't know. It seems like every other person has got like a foot fetish now. They've got way too comfortable with it. And so people feel as though they can freely admit it. I don't know. I genuinely, I'm not sure. Ask all your friends when everyone's drunk. At least one person will have a foot fetish. I like guarantee. They walk among us. They truly fucking do. Okay. Watch yourself wearing open-toed sandals. Okay. The plan to visit. Fuck me, man. I've got to mentally prepare myself to read these fucking DMs. My mom went to Miami last month, and I was supposed to go and see him, but then I didn't get to go with her. So now she's going back next week for swim week, and she goes back and he goes back and forth about whether he wants to see me, and wouldn't give me an answer. And I don't really care nothing about getting down there unless I can see him, and I would need to take a week off work, and my mom wouldn't give me dates either. I don't know. I just felt stressed about it, and I was like, "Do you want to see me or not?" And he wouldn't answer me. Everything is just so confusing with him, lol, which I'm fine with. It's just hard sometimes. We would have been hanging out on Clarith week and Clarith Day, which would have been pretty cute, lol, and not even planned. I don't really, dude. Ma'am, I asked if you wanted a receipt. Dude, why the fuck are you typing out all of this shit, man? Fuck me. This is like the stereotype of the over-explaining woman who is like meandering and can't get to the point of a fucking story. Who gives a fuck about Clarith Week? What the fuck is Clarith Week? Probably a pedophile state, like his holiday. I don't fucking know. Okay. I don't really want to be flown out. I feel like that's awkward, lol. I like the idea of a chance encounter sealed by fate. Like, it just happened to get to go, and he just happened to be able to see me, or it's like an almost encounter, and we have to try again next year, lol. That's kind of romantic and suspenseful, right? And then she gets no response for 10 minutes and then types out another one. Every time we've did this, he's crashed out and did self-destructive things. Whether it's actually related to me or not, I don't know. But what's happened with y'all? What did he do? I haven't looked at any of the drama. I don't follow any of that stuff at all. Okay. A plan to visit. That's the only thing that we've gleaned from those DMs. Apparently there was a plan to visit at one point. Okay? Nice. Husband is a groiper / plans to kill Steven. I mean, that is just like, when Connor says that immediately when you're messaging this woman, you know that she's insanely fucking unhinged. I mean, I don't think you need anything else other than that, do you? Like, fuck me. Fuck me, man. Holy shit. I mean, maybe I'm reading them in like a fucked up way, which makes her sound more crazy? Possibly. Possibly it's a spin that I'm putting on this. Somehow, I don't really think so. I think this is just how she's... it's the only way to properly read these DMs. Okay. Husband is a groiper / plans to kill Steven. And then my ex says he was never a groiper, but he definitely was, and everyone in Paul's community knew it. Of course, Paul. Yo, thank you for the 10.
Big ups. Thanks for being the background noise when the drama gets juicy.
Thank you, Derpface030 for the $10. I hugely appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay. My Hawker, links are allowed in Kick Chat. However, Imgur is banned in the UK. Okay? It's blocked under the fucking Child Safety Act. So, if you want to send me images, it's best just to send me the raw fucking image files over Discord or some shit like that. Okay? Thank you. Okay. So Connor says, yup. I knew he was self-sweeping. Brit says, if the telegram wasn't that serious, that's not how he presented it to me. Maybe he was just trying to freak me out, but I would never make something like that up. By the way, this woman has made up, apparently, the idea that her and Destiny were sexting back and forth about molesting her children and Destiny's children. Apparently that's a claim that comes directly from her during an argument. But apparently she would never exaggerate the details of a group chat planned to stalk Destiny. What? Oh, we haven't got there yet, okay? We haven't got there yet. That's a fucking drama leaked, that's a detail of the drama leaked later on. But yeah, apparently, that detail comes from her during an argument with her husband. I don't know, they're fighting, and you can imagine it, right? The natural flow of an argument, you know, I hate you, fucking bitch. Yeah, you never treated me right. I've been sexualizing our children with a political streamer in DMs. And I've been showing them their fucking tootsies. Take that. I don't know, dude. That feels like a one-way ticket to getting fucking committed. But, hey-ho. Okay? Hey-ho. Connor says, trust me. He was pretty spicy in our DMs. Okay. I'm pretty sure he just didn't want to be portrayed as a criminal. Because, like he said, he loves his kids too much and doesn't want to be incarcerated. No fucking way. This is the average type of personality, by the way. We've read the fucking DMs. We know who this woman is. We know who she types. This is the average type of person who believes that the snarkers have got their fingers in all the fucking pies. That doesn't mean those snarkers don't have people in those servers. What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? You think that Queeman and J-Stalk are collaborating with the fucking gropers? I mean, I know that we say quite often that J-Stalk used to be a groper. It gets under his skin, okay? It's amazing fucking rage bait. I don't think that J-Stalk is actually coordinated with gropers to see Destiny dead, though. I'm not sure, okay? I might need to see a little bit more evidence than that. Could be, okay? Could be. I guess we don't have evidence that he's not in those servers, right? Lady, you're a danger to your fucking children. Yeah, 100%, right? Dude, this is what I mean, right? This is what I mean. So, the husband, we're going to hear a call from him later on, and I think we're going to see some of his DMs. But he has got a huge incentive at every part of this drama to A, stop his wife from freaking out, okay? B, stop Destiny from freaking out. And then C or B.2, right? To stop himself from going to fucking jail. Because if he's been in a group chat with a bunch of groupers who've been conspiring to organize Destiny's death, right? That guy's going to go to prison. And the likelihood is, presumably, that the kids are going to go and live with this fucking Britney woman. So... yeah, not only is he going to go to jail for some kind of, I don't know, terroristic threat or attempted murder. I don't know what the fucking charge would be. His kids are also going to end up in this woman's fucking hands. So he has got a fuck ton of incentive to be able to lie about this stuff. Oh, great. The next chapter. Plan to kill Destiny 2. Wait, didn't Bungie already cancel that, like, days ago? No? Okay. Nice. Hey. Just double checking I didn't hallucinate something. Did you say that your husband was a groper and that he made a Telegram made a Telegram chat room of people who hated Destiny, and he was thinking of going to Miami to kill him? You are not hallucinating. I don't know about him making a Telegram. He was just in there. He said that they were all tracking his every move, and knew where he was at all time, and knew his schedule and his address. Photos of his apartment and all around his apartment. And that there wasn't necessarily an active plan, but they were all super crazy and just hoping that one of them would be crazy enough to actually do it. And yes, he was talking about going and doing it. And I told him that if I knew he was going down there, I would report it and stop him. And he said he could get somebody else to do it, or that he would be patient and wait a while and then do it at some point. What, is he hoping she fucking forgets? Okay. I mean, they're separated now. What? I don't even know what it fucking mean, but okay. Right. Nice. Nice. That Telegram shit sounds like a lie. Well, I would say that as well, right? Because it is a... Dude, let's be real. It is just a crazy fucking claim. The idea that this guy was in a group chat with other people, hatching a plot to be able to kill Destiny. It sounds like an insane fucking lie. Problem is when the guy gets on later, he doesn't even flat deny it. Right? He doesn't even flat deny it. I think he just says, like, no comment or clams up or whatever the fuck. Okay. Plans to kill Destiny 3. / Destiny gets porn from Brit. / Devil. So Devil is the guy, okay? Yeah. Devil is Brit's husband. Well, ex-husband. And doing it. I told him that if I knew he was going to do it, okay. He eventually chilled out about that stuff and said that he's not going to do anything. We got along pretty well before we moved out. He filmed content with me to send to Destiny. Kissy face emoji? Was he a groper? But who knows? He could still snap at any point and still go through with it. But I don't think that he is that stupid. I reported him, so I'm sure he's still on their radar, hopefully. Like, a Nick Fuentes fan? Dude, Connor has got a one-track mind right now. Okay, yeah. Right. Got you. He's planning to kill him. He's planning to stab him. He's planning to shoot him. He's going to turn up his house. Right, understood. Is he a groper, though? Is he a groper? Does he have a Pepe as his profile picture on Twitter? Let's get to the real hard-hitting stuff. Yes. And he talked shit about you, about using you, and was bragging about how he played you like a fiddle or some shit. That doesn't have anything to do with this, though. Does it? Question mark? This is just going to be one of the most fucking obvious attempts at manipulation possible. Especially when she's telegraphed earlier on. Like, no, I just subconsciously flip it on men. I just subconsciously, I like flip a switch in my brain. And then I start like using men to my own ends. But that doesn't have anything to do with this though, does it? Shut the fuck up. Dude, shut the fuck up. I told you that he was crazy. He was a crazy blank. And super extreme, trad controlling. That's why I started talking to Destiny in the first place. He didn't even really believe in God. He converted so that he could have better control over me and the girls. He's always been pretty crazy. Like, worse than me. He was experiencing some type of neuropathy. And I couldn't deal with it anyway. He was driving me insane. It's hard for me to even have normal relationships from being around him for so long. He made you think he was all perfect, but he's not. He's a convicted arsonist. And he was cool shooting porn with you? And then you went to send it to Destiny? Dude, the disconnect between her messages and Connor's message every single fucking time. Connor's just laser focused on the drama, man. God bless him. Holy shit. Yeah, but we weren't together anymore. So he stopped caring, I guess. I don't know. Or he was just making me think he didn't care anymore. I don't know. Wait, so you guys weren't together anymore? You were divorced and split up, and he was still going back to have sex with her? Dude, this situation is a fucking mess. This situation is a fucking mess. FBI contacts. The FBI contacts Brit/Devil about the plan to kill Steven. Hi, Brittany. This is Walter Cassillo. That's got to be a fake name, surely. That sounds like you pulled that out of a fucking movie. No, that's like an LA Noire detective. Hi, Brittany. This is Walter Costello. I'm a special agent with the FBI. The reason that I'm calling you is I just wanted to follow up on a complaint that you submitted in reference to a Telegram group targeting Stephen Bonu. Shut the fuck up. Targeting Stephen Bono. So you're telling me that she's left the tip to the FBI to be able to report it to them and make sure that he can't kill them. And she's meth mouthed the fucking name of Stephen Bonnell. So she hasn't even got the fucking name right. Dude, the FBI are tracking the wrong guy to keep him safe. I don't know who this Stephen Bonu guy is, okay? All I know is that no bad will befall him. He's gonna be totally fucking safe over the next few months. Okay. They wanted my ex to work with them, to give them access to this, to his computer, and he refused, and formatted his computer. Okay. Plan to murder Stephen continued. My ex wouldn't tell me everything, or who all was involved, but he said that they offer people money to leak stuff, and to kill him. Like, lots of money. He also said that that probably wasn't the only channel it was happening in, and that there was probably multiple people. He said he couldn't even remember how he got into it, and that it was hard to get into. Like, he had to find somebody to get him in. And those people probably find each other in communities like yours. Not saying that's your fault. No way, and she's bought into the snarker shit. Okay. Do I trust all of the details here? I don't know. I'm gonna take all of this with a fucking pillar of salt, man. I legit. I don't know if I can trust any of the fucking details here. Because at the same time that she's describing this, she's like, what? Extremely confident, or somewhat confident, that groypers are going into Connor Points' Discord server to be able to recruit people for murder plots against Destiny. Okay. Devil confirms insane porn creation. Brittany essentially coerced me into making those videos and pictures for Destiny. She told me she told you about it. Devil will come on stream, but will downplay the situation to avoid government agency attention. 07. Ride the storm, brother. 07. You want on? I can, but I'm gonna downplay everything. That shit is serious now. The FBI could get involved, presumably. Okay. Right? Nice. That's all of the relevant DMs, I think. Is there any more at the start? Oh, okay. I guess we'll get to Devil's allegations initially. Or, when does the phone-in actually happen? And where are we? Let me just line that shit up. Okay? Let me just line that shit up. Okay, it's going to be towards the end. Before the ex-husband calls in, I guess I'll pause and read his initial allegations. That's probably the smartest way to be able to do it, right? Nice. So let's get back to the Connor stream. What part are we on now? Oh, Connor reading the statement that he wrote. Holy fuck.
Obviously. So, I wrote down another piece of content that,
Oh, shit. I didn't even consider that. This shit is getting serious now. You think it might be the CPS that gets involved? I could see that, right? I could see that. With the allegations that he's thrown at his fucking missus. I mean, I just don't know what the situation with their custody works, right? Presumably they're living at different places if they've been, like, broken up and separated for a while. I don't know. If it's, like, some kind of murder plot, I'm just gonna presume that it's about, the FBI, surely.
I think is relevant. Give me a second. Where did I put it? That's interesting. Did I lose it? Ah, no, I have it. I'm going to read this to you real quick because it's relevant. I have been accused of becoming a snarker. I am not. I will not be dedicating the next...
Wait, why do you mean definitely CPS? Okay, because here's the thing. Okay? People in these extreme right-wing circles are absolutely fucking terrified of FBI infiltration. right? They are terrified of the feds getting in there and fucking up their shit. Now, the idea you got a bunch of groypers who are planning to kill a left-wing commentator, and that is being leaked to the public. Literal Telegram organized criminal actions, organized murders are taking place, and that's being leaked to the public. He's already been interviewed by the FBI. We know that from the other messages. No, I'm like 99% sure it's the FBI, not the CPS.
Next 2 years of my life to Stephen's downfall. I actually want Stephen to do well. I think that the narratives of Stephen are sometimes exaggerated. I don't think he's the most evil person on the planet. I've met far worse than Stephen. But I think Stephen is obviously self-destructive, sexually impulsive, and stupid. So if I had to prescribe for Stephen, trying not to hate him, then I would say, this is my unsolicited advice. He should bet, and this is not totally related to the sexting drama. Destiny should balance his spicy public takes to be spicy enough to get attention, but not so vile and criticizable that people want to murder him. He cannot, in good faith and good conscience, blame the doxing, swatting, and harassment and attempted homicides solely on the stochastic permission structure created by his snarkers. He cannot do that while he is sexting a woman who is presently married, who was hanging out in a traditional Catholic group chat that was plotting or at least joking and stochastically trying to work each other up to his homicide. That is a fucking lie. Destiny should not bring mentally unstable women to public events where his personal sex drama has a chance to implode or ruin the event. Do you remember Empath Chan? I sure as fuck do. He brought her to an Unfuck America event where she called Darius the N-word. Destiny should avoid fucking random fans at the event so that drama doesn't explode either. Not that I know that he has, just a general prescription. Destiny should speak to his sexting and sexual partners for a longer time to screen deeply mentally ill people out of his list of partners. Destiny should not engage in age play or any sex act which could be used to call him a pedophile. If a partner is discovered to have if a partner is discovered to have deep mental illness, like Anavoir, Sherry, or Britt, he should simply message them, sorry, I don't think it's healthy for us to engage, and then block them on all platforms and not speak about them, privately or publicly, regardless of whether or not they attack him publicly. You know why? Because you were the dipshit dumb enough to have sex with mentally ill fucking women.
I mean, especially with the DMs, do I have any here? I mean, yeah, I do have some here. Dude. I was like 4 days, no sleep, and you weren't mentioned, and it was supposed to be anonymous, and I was intentionally exaggerating and super edgy because I thought it'd be funny. I was super self-destructive. I didn't think any of that being brought up. I didn't even think of any of that being brought up because it was anonymous. Holy shit. I thought it was hilarious at the time, but looking back, it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. We can't get married. They're all gonna say we've fucked each other's kids. You're nuts. Yeah. Basically. There's no two ways around it. There's no two ways around it. Listen, people can have, like, I don't know, neurodivergencies. People can have mental illnesses. BPD is, manageable, right? But it's a personality disorder. It's not like you can, like, totally cure yourself of it. There's, like, coping mechanisms and stuff like that, and I guess the symptoms can get better with medication as well. But it's, like, it's not truly curable. You can't really help it, right? Now, the problem is that it seems like this woman has got totally fucking unmanaged BPD, such that she's, like, constantly fucking spiraling. Maybe, this is in the midst of drama. These conversations are stressful, I guess. But if you're not sleeping for 4 days, and then randomly admitting to being a pedophile, who has sexual thoughts about your own children, such that you don't feel safe around them, it might be time to reel back, okay? It might be time to reel back from starting a brand new relationship with some streamer online that you've watched do political debates before. And for Destiny, I think a normal person would think it's time to not go head over heels into a relationship with this person while you've got a pending court case from your other sexual behavior. Like, I am kind of just reiterating Connor's point, but he's so on the fucking money. Why would you want this in your fucking life? No good can come of this. No good can come of this. I understand Destiny's reticence to meet this woman in real life, so at least there's that, okay? He's holding that part off. But I mean, the woman is talking publicly about wanting to fucking marry him. Joking about wanting Destiny to put a fucking kid in her. It's like way too fucking much, man.
Destiny should evidence his claims that Snark is responsible for his swatting, doxing, and digital harassment beyond criticism. Destiny should only engage in turning the other cheek or tit-for-tat morality. He should not engage in eye for an eye or barbarian retributive violence. Destiny should focus on political commentary and community development in order to get another college event / canvassing operation going for both of the midterms in 2028 if he wasn't a fucking dipshit. Instead, he's on the fucking internet using a pedophile champion to defend his honor against shitters criticizing his personal life. Meanwhile, he engages in even dumber, reprehensible fucking actions. And his fucking cult of dipshits say that I'm pocket watching because I'm worried about him losing $800,000 in legal expenses. They say that I'm penis watching because I'm criticizing him for engaging in stepdad fucking roleplay with a random, insane, suicidal woman on the internet while he's being sued for sexual misconduct. So no offense to the people in my chat who are likely spurging the fuck out, who I cannot presently see. But if you say pocket watching, or if you say dick watching,
penis watching,
you're a piece of shit. And you would let Steven kill himself if it amused you for 2 seconds on the internet.
Yeah. Do we have the chat, actually? Do we have the live chat? I wonder what it looks like at this point. Because, I mean, he's just, like, undoubtedly correct. You can't even disagree with what he says there. It's like, it's almost an empirical fucking fact that Connor is just correct in his assessment.
My stance is that it is not neutral or positive to engage in a phoebophilic or pedophilic role play. I think it's bad. If you think it's neutral or good, and you are a current member of my community, I ask one of two things from you. You either keep that opinion to yourself, or you leave my community. And if, let's say that all of my Oilers, all of my Chippers, all of my community support come from people who think this is not a big deal and who think that it is perfectly sane and rational.
Dude, what is this guy's fucking chat right now? I think all the moderators are his, like, regular watchers, right? What is a snarker to you? Lil Soppy. Dude. Lil Sloppy coming in with the real questions. The real questions. Okay. You didn't criticize Vosh, though. Maybe it's time to reflect a bit. Get to the point. Why did you spend almost an entire week, 6+ hours a day, talking about it? To everyone. And the internet. Except to him. Privately. Dude. The stream has been going on for fucking 50 minutes and people didn't even realize that Connor said at the beginning, I spoke about this with him in private to begin with. People just never fucking listen, man. People will never listen.
For Steven to be sexting suicidal and homicidal people while currently being sued for sexual misconduct, I don't want your money. I would rather destroy my streaming career, and I would rather go back to working construction administration as a nobody who participates in this space as a hobby than continue to rely on your viewership or financial support. I want that to be abundantly fucking clear that if you thought that I should have swept for this, if you thought that I should have let sleeping dogs lie, if you think this is some kind of crash out, I would like you to go to the Discord. I would like you to click one of the settings buttons, and I would like you to leave. Regardless of the amount of money that you've given me, regardless of the amount of time that we've been friends, regardless of the amount of time that you've been a part of the community, enjoy the community, you can send me a nice message on your way out. Hey, Connor, it's been a wild ride. I appreciate you. Hope you have a beautiful day. Fuck yourself. And then leave the community. I would prefer that. I would prefer to go work a normie job.
No! Beef Supreme! No. I think you should be an adult. I will be leaving your Discord, Connor. I will be leaving your Discord. This shit is so fucking melodramatic. Holy fuck.
Then have that be my community. Now, As if this wasn't bad enough, because Steven can't admit that he's at fault. He can't admit that he's sexually impulsive. He can't admit that he's hurt people through his misconduct. He can't admit that he's wrong. He can't admit that he continued his impulsivity long after his Vyvanse prescription. He also lied to my face. And he lied to your faces as well. When I told him that Lauren Southern loved him and wanted to get back with him, I was trying to be polite about their scenario. And I was trying to not out that they had a relationship. So when Steven said, how about you take this L, we've been secretly dating for 3 months, he was lying. When he said that I asked out Lauren and got rejected, he was lying. When he has implied that what has motivated me is jealousy out of his relationship for Lauren Southern, he is lying to you. I was already talking to Lauren as a friend. Steven, I was becoming single.
Oop. We're stuttering a little bit. Okay. I don't know. I'm throwing a fucking capometer. Do we believe this? Why not contest it in the debate? Why don't you say, like, you're lying? That's not true. I didn't try and ask Lauren Southern out.
To Lauren as a friend. Steven, I was becoming single. I never asked Lauren Southern out. I asked Steven if he would have any problems with me asking Lauren Southern out. And instead of recognizing that I was trying to be sensitive to his feelings, he tried to use that as a weapon against me because he was pressed and he was getting raped in our conversation. Not only did Lauren confide in me that they were talking about dating again at that time, which was part of the reason why I never asked her out. And by the way, I do have a girlfriend. I don't even give a shit. Lauren's 1,400 fucking miles away. She also told me that Steven was too much of a fucking pussy to commit. Rather than engaging in a healthy relationship with a woman he loves, he would rather go do step-parent fucking age play with random women on Discord and Tinder.
Right, okay. So the way that Destiny presented it is though Connor had asked out Lauren Southern and been rejected. And so there was some kind of, like, latent awkwardness. But what actually happened is, Connor was following the bro code and asking his friend, hey, do you mind if I try my hand? Do you mind if I give that a go? Right? But it sounds like he didn't actually ask her out then. Okay.
He is a social...
Wait. It must have got back to Lauren then. Surely. Because okay. I mean, Destiny could be lying about this, and until Lauren Southern comes out about it, nobody would know. But look, he didn't just say that Connor had tried to get with her. He said that he and Lauren had an agreement that they weren't going to tell Connor that they were dating because Connor had asked her out. Now, maybe that part isn't true about him asking her out, but I wonder if he's followed the bro code, and then Destiny's told her, hey, by the way, yeah, Connor was asking me if he was allowed to get with you, by the way. Something like that, you know?
Socially and sexually retarded human being who has destroyed his personal and professional...
No. Okay. I know that Destiny lied. I know that Destiny lied about the relationship with Lauren Southern still ongoing, okay? And Connor is saying that Destiny lied as well about Connor asking Lauren Southern out on a debate. Sorry, out on a date. But I'm wondering if everything else about the story is a lie as well.
Professional life because he is so dysfunctional. And I am not going to be a part of it. I'm not going to be silent about it. If anybody asks me any question related to this drama, I'm going to answer them honestly based off of the information that I have.
Would she speak out about this? I don't know what she's like, just asking out of curiosity. I'm pretty sure that Lauren Southern has tweeted about this drama as it's been going down, no? I know of at least one tweet that she's written about this stuff. Yes, okay, here we are. Here we go. So there's nothing else, I guess. Yeah? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Here we are. Me explaining to the himbo at the bar this weekend why I'm cancelled on the internet and my ex hard launched a relationship that's over. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I brought this up at the time, but yeah, she's spoken about the drama, I guess, in passing or in reference. Not talking to any specifics. I don't know. If somebody asked her about it, I doubt she would fucking answer, but yeah, maybe.
It is not a crazy stance. It might be a crazy stance in some online communities, but it is not a crazy stance to say that pedophilic and ephebophilic sexual role play is crazy. It is not a crazy stance to say that engaging in this kind of reckless sexual behavior while under civil lawsuit for other reckless sexual behavior is patently fucking insane. And I will not be gaslit by moral cowards into other perspectives. Specifically, thank you, Hutch. Thank you, Wick. Why is this all in the open? I don't know. Why the fuck do I know about it? If this is Steven's personal life, if this is his private life, and his private life is private, why do I know about it? Is it because he recklessly engaged with mentally ill people who contacted me and told me about it? Is that why? It is also not a crazy stance to say that Steven has fucked over his friends, people who care about him, and his professional relationships. Pisco and him were going to do a show together in 2024. He fucked that up. Hutch, Josiah, IRI, me, Lonerbox, we would all love to collaborate with Steven. He is a nuclear fucking stockpile next to a case of fucking dynamite. There are new people. Adam Mockler, Unfuck America, Midas Touch, Bulwark, who would probably love to work with Steven on a frequent basis. But he is too busy smacking his fucking dick with a rake to consider his personal or professional relationships. Dan Saltman has been doxxed and harassed as a result of Steven's behavior. I'm sure Mr. Mooten has been digitally harassed as a result of being Steven's friend. I was being harassed for being friendly with Steven. I am currently being harassed by Steven's cult. Kyla was harassed by Steven's haters, and if she ever pops up her head to comment on this situation with any level of detail, she will either be consumed by Steven's critics or by Steven's community, depending on how she talks about it. So yes, Steven's private or personal conduct affects his friends and people who care about them, and him and anybody who pretends otherwise is coping.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of get what Connor was going for here, right? You do have the thing where if you talk in support of Destiny, like, he's such a polarizing figure that his critics will probably, like, speak about you endlessly, right? And then other thing from the other side, I don't know, if we're talking about this kind of harassment in the same vein as we're talking about the crazy fucking stuff that's happened to Dan, or presumably the crazy stuff that's happened to Kyla, I'm pretty sure that Kyla did get swatted, right? I'm 99% sure that Kyla has said that she's got swatted before, over the fucking Destiny stuff. Yeah, it's pretty fucking insane to, like, talk about that and Twitter replies in the same breath. Doesn't really fucking hit, you know?
I believe that Steven is a reckless...
Dude, okay. I know that you're making an edgy fucking joke. I'm gonna have to give you 10 minutes for that, okay? Chill the fuck out, okay? Any edgy posting, any fucking edgy posting, even if people are joking over this stuff, okay? Any kind of acceptance or validation, any of that stuff, okay? Mods, just, like, give people 10 minutes, alright?
Sex addict with unprocessed trauma. He is dangerous to himself. He is dangerous to other people.
Is this your community? Shut the fuck up.
But I wish him the best. And I do mean that. I think Steven should go to therapy. I think he should go to some kind of rehabilitation. I think he should think about the amount of people that he's fucked over. I think he should think about the amount of people that he's hurt. I think that he should, even if he's a sociopath, let's say that instead of taking stock of his sins, his narcissism prevents him from considering what has been said this evening. Let's say that all he can think about is going on offense and destroying my life. Why don't you just think about it from a sociopathic calculation? Even a sociopath who was mildly self-aware and mildly evaluative of the consequences that they had been through would know that engaging in pro-social behavior would be more beneficial to you. So you don't have to think about my feelings. You don't have to think about Kyla's feelings. You don't have to think about Dan. You don't have to think about Britt. You don't have to think about Mooten. You don't have to think about Trihex. You don't have to think about fucking Wicked Supreme or Hutch or Josiah or Pisco. Or don't think about any of our feelings, because it seems like you're only able to do so with a passing consideration. Just think about you from a self-reflective, self-aware situation. Have you been an antisocial cunt and it's resulted in you becoming a millionaire? Absolutely. Has you being an antisocial cunt wiped out $800,000 of your wealth? Absolutely. Have you lost 99% of your friends and lovers? Yes. Are there people who hate you on the internet for rational reasons? The answer, shockingly, he was denying this on Friday, is yes. So, Stephen, even if you are a sociopath who enjoys engaging with mentally ill people, can you please, for the love of God, just recognize that your antisocial behavior is not only destroying the people around you, it's destroying you. And anybody who had a lick of common sense, who was around you, who actually cared about your well-being, would tell you to fucking stop.
I mean, people have in the fucking past, right? I mean, people have had this conversation with Destiny like several times over. It's why ABBA eventually just stopped associating with Destiny. Because they had this conversation again and again and again and again, and nothing fucking happened, right? This is the reason why some people have fucking left the orbit. People have tried to have this conversation with Steven before. It's just like, it's gone absolutely nowhere. I don't know why Connor thinks that this is going to change anything. Gay and performative? Eh, a little bit. All open letters are.
That's what I got. So, I'm assuming chat is filled with antisocial, gray name fucking freaks. I'm assuming there might be a few super chats, or not. I am going to pop open my chat, and I am going to engage until I feel like it.
Okay, so he engages with chat for a little bit. Is there any good parts of this? We'll 1.5 it, and then see if there's anything interesting that happens. If not, we'll just skip straight to the call-in from the devil, okay?
Who asked? Who asked you? Let me sign into my chat. Is the brief summary of the truth that you revealed here. Stephen engaged in pedophilic fucking age play with a mentally ill woman who threatened suicide long after he said that he had his sexual proclivities under control. How is this Destiny's fault? You're too retarded to be in my community. Leave and never come back. Is this...
Okay. Fuck it. We're skipping straight to the call-in. We're just skipping straight to the fucking call-in. Connor just can't disambiguate between, like, I don't know, useful people to respond to in chat versus people who are just there to be able to fucking rage bait him. Why would you ever say, I'm opening up the chat. It is time to engage in confrontational discourse. You're letting literally every dickhead in your community know that now is the time. Now is their chance to be able to rage bait you. Okay, nice. So before we get to the call-in, I guess, it's probably important to go through the initial allegations that the devil guy tried to put forward. Because it gets very, 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 very different when it eventually comes to it and he calls in. Okay? Nice. So yeah, he says that Destiny is a pedophile who solicited pictures of his children from his ex-wife. Yeah, anything else? Nah, basically got all the important bits of that. For those who don't know, Destiny has been having an affair with a married woman with children. His girlfriend broke up with him and threatened to expose him as a P3DO. She was sending him pictures of her kids. Right. Hey, you don't know me, but I'm Brit's ex-husband. The woman that was sending pictures of my children to Destiny, doing the weird age play stuff. I'm about to be going through a messy divorce over this, and I'd appreciate it if you could give me anything that might help. I understand if you don't want to get involved yourself, but she told me blank, 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 blank. Thanks, Jeremy. Sorry, I don't get on here much. She's actually a pedo. Talking about the mother of your children. Sorry, I don't get on here much. She's actually a pedo. And says he is too. And they both have all kind of childhood trauma. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. I do know they texted consistently or constantly for 9 months. It wasn't just here, but she was a psycho. And he'd ignore her, and she'd text him a million times. She said they sexted on Snapchat and would do roleplay stuff that involved them as step-parents, and my daughters, and his son, blank. Like pedo shit. She also said she was texting him while he was on the bus with blank for that field trip, and he was saying shit like, talking about how a few of the little girls on the trip were hot, and he wished they'd come to his room, etc., etc. Shit like that. I have her recorded on my phone, talking about the Snapchat sexting pedo shit. She also said that's why he can't live with blank, and that he's super hypersexual. And she told me all the grinder stuff he told her about, like jacking off in his car after he sucks off random dudes. Shit like that. I don't know. Okay. And there we go. Okay? That's the Substack stuff. That's the original allegations. Now, I understand that a lot of people fucking hate Destiny, okay? A lot of people hate Destiny, and there are parts of this that he gets correct, alright? So, the grinder stuff, that's a true detail, right? That is a true detail. You might say the pedo stuff as well. Hey, okay. Go with me here. Go with me here. The pedo stuff, Destiny has said in his conversations with Rose that he likes the idea of role-playing as the little boy who's being taken care of or trained or taught how to have sex with his babysitter, right? But that's not him talking about a sexual interest in little girls. You know what I mean? Like, some of the claims are so fucking outlandish. Why the fuck would Brittany ever tell this devil guy any of that information? So there's like several problems, okay? Brittany, as we know, is not a reliable narrator, okay? The devil guy fucking hates this woman and hates Destiny, and so has got a huge incentive to lie about this stuff. And also he's going through, I think, a divorce at the time, during December, right? So maybe if you can get this stuff out there, you're able to, like, poison the well for the court case, you get full custody, or maybe it's just to get back at her. I don't know, okay? All of this is a fucking mess. But the thing that we all know, right, is that we don't have any direct logs of any of this stuff. We don't have any direct admissions. The only other eyewitness testimony we have is of Destiny's ex-girlfriend saying, yeah, I saw that he got sent pictures of kids. Clothed. Yeah, I saw that he got sent pictures of their feet as well. Weird. Strange. Not necessarily pedophilic, okay? Not necessarily pedophilic, but very fucking strange. Thing is, it's the criterion of embarrassment, right? If she's going to talk about this stuff and then give extra embarrassing details about how she's got like a breeding kink or whatever the fuck, she's clearly not telling that purely for the purpose of self-preservation, right? It does become slightly more likely to be true. But ultimately, right now, we just don't know what the fuck is going on, right? I don't think anybody can reliably make any strong claims on either side. Holy sweet. If there's evidence, show me the evidence, okay? What did I say in the title? Snark-free coverage. Snark-free coverage. I think I'm being fair.
I could eliminate all the identifying information. And then I could just release what I think is relevant. If you want to dump. My primary concern is that Devil's trying to move on. Brit isn't. Britt wants to stay in Destiny's orbit, stay Destiny's friend, stay Destiny's sexual text message lover. But I think she's a crazy person. And I think she's going to hurt herself. And I think she's just going to be one more person that Destiny's going to hurt. Devil is trying to move on with his life. But not enough in order to not fucking talk to me about it. Spurs and 7 OKC fans or Doobie fans? Interesting. Who the fuck is Brit? A random Discord girl. We've been over this. Can you send a pedophile or Google Doc, please? I don't want to sit here staring at nothing. Then leave. How's this?
Wait, did I
Here's
just
24
it
hours.
properly? Did somebody...
I'm boring you? Have a good time someplace else. All right.
Brit's anonymous letter to Mr. Girl is evidence of the husband's claim. You forgot that. Here's the problem, okay? Here's the problem. That seems to echo the claims that he makes. So, in a one-on-one with Destiny, she says that she's sorry for lying to Mr. Girl. Okay? She's sorry for lying about conversations and interactions that they had together. She's apologizing to him in private. Now, maybe they had a conversation beforehand that we're going to plant this, okay? And then you're going to take a screen cap, and then I'm going to sound all fucking crazy and completely uncoordinated. And then we're going to be able to tell this story, right? Or she did genuinely lie, and she's doing it as a meme and just like repeating his narrative or something like that. All I'm saying is there is kind of no definitive evidence either fucking side, you know?
All right. Devil's ready. Devil.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let me move you to a position where chat can see you. Not like see you, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's called trying to cover, dude. Do I need to read you some of this woman's fucking messages for you to determine, is this woman even capable of the thought process about, well, I'm going to give this and then admit to the most excessive claim, and then later on when this all comes out, I'm going to look really good, okay? Because I'm going to make such a wild admission, nobody's going to be able to tell what the fuck is going on, and then I'm going to sail through the drama. I don't think this woman can even think like two fucking steps through the thought process, alright? I was like 4 days no sleep, and you weren't mentioned that it was supposed to be anonymous, and I was also intentionally exaggerating and super edgy because I thought it'd be funny. I was super self-destructive. I didn't even think about it being brought up because it was anonymous. Holy shit. I thought that it was hilarious at the time, but looking back, it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. We can't get married. They're all gonna say we're fucking each other's kids. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Holy fuck.
Actually, do you just want me to keep it on audio only?
Yeah, whatever you need to do. I definitely don't want to face reveal.
Okay, then I'll do audio only.
All right, then.
So, I've asserted that Brit engaged, based off of your information, by the way, that Steven and Brit engaged in age roleplay, step-parent roleplay, involving your family's children back in the day. Like November and last year.
All right. In terms of the age play stuff, like that's pretty much out there. Everybody's saying that. That's pretty much. But in terms of the Mr. Girl stuff, if I could talk about anything, I guess. From what I understand, she played up a lot of that because she was like watching Mr. Girl at the time and blah blah blah. And when she wrote in, she elaborated a bit. Is my understanding and what she's telling me. I don't have any direct knowledge of that stuff. So what is your understanding? Because obviously we had a conversation in November. Yeah,
and I think that you told me something almost identical to what Britt wrote into Mr. Girl. So
right, but she never
where was that coming from?
She never told me like the parts about him or her being turned on by him actually doing it IRL. Like none of that was ever mentioned. It was always just, hey, this is a thing that happened one time. He didn't really want to do it, but I kind of wanted to do it, and we both felt bad about it and didn't do it anymore. That was the story she gave me. But never denied it happening, of course, but that was, like, it wasn't this ongoing thing, supposedly, from what I know. But like I said, I'm just going off. I never saw the logs between them. It was mostly, like, on Discord, etc., or whatever, her stuff. So I'm 100% just going off what she told me.
Yep. Now, Devil, I'm gonna do something rude, okay?
All right. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna disconnect this call and I'm gonna point something out to chat. Okay. So, Devil wrote to me immediately before calling in. I can call in, but I'm gonna downplay everything.
This is gonna be like an intentional fucking ploy. This is gonna be an intentional ploy.
Omit a detail so I can save Devil a little bit of heartache.
Because I heard people talking about this stuff this morning, right? It was like, dude, Connor totally fucked this. Connor totally fucked this. Connor provided no evidence for any of the claims that he made throughout the entire fucking thing, except for the Mr. Girl thing, which is dubious anyway. Dude, Connor saved his ass by getting that call in at the last minute of the stream. I mean, did he? Did he really save his ass with that call in? The guy has preempted the call in by saying that I'm going to downplay everything. To what extent? In which areas? Was he biased then? Is he biased now? He's clearly biased in both instances, right? The claims that he's making are totally fucking insane. So where is the fucking truth? It's impossible to tell. I don't know if that's intentional. Maybe this guy is actually playing fucking 4D chess. He sounds like a total psycho. So I don't know if he's actually got that kind of thought process. But it's like, it's impossible to even make sense of any of the fucking claims now. Like, I don't know why Connor thought that he would, I don't know, be able to, like, crack the fucking case in a 2-hour live stream. I just genuinely don't fucking know. Why would he downplay? To, like, disperse the drama, to confuse it, to make people less interested. It's prying into his ex-wife's life, and he knows that it's going to make her freak out. People looking into this story more is going to be a really bad thing for him, because if that group chat is real, he might have committed a fucking crime. And his ex-wife has already reported him to the fucking FBI, right? And so he doesn't want her freaking out, doesn't want Destiny freaking out, probably doesn't want more eyes on this shit, right? He wants all this shit to presumably go away. I think he said that in the DMs with Connor.
Here you go. So no offense, you dumb cunts, but everybody's lying. So, once again, this the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Invincible splash screen.
So don't worry.
Dude, second time he's done it this
evidence?
stream as well.
I got you.
Despicable.
I got you. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. So, if y'all want it, I'll start working on a PDF. I'll blank out the messages
Ha! Lamau.
as much as I can in order to eliminate information. But I'm done with lies. So, yeah, you know why it's cropped? Because he said something that I don't want to show you. Okay, no problem. I'll remove Devil's personal identifying information in any screenshots that I release. I'll take Brit's screenshots and I'll release all of it. How's that? How's that? Why didn't I have the evidence today? Because I haven't lied. Devil, if you want to call back in, go ahead. But the only thing that I want to hear from you is what I heard from you in November. So if you want me to call you, I'll call you. But I'm not doing this fucking self-sweeping shit. So if you need to self-sweep because this is serious, that's fine. But I'm not helping you self-sweep. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Now, Devil, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this exactly once. You and I spoke in November. You made some extreme allegations against Brit.
Oh my, dude. Wait, she's deleted this now? This is what I fucking mean. Oh my god. So this woman's Twitter account is just constantly deleted shit. She's constantly writing tweets and then immediately deleting them. Please tell me the BPD handbook is still up there. Yes, okay. Logging off today to do my BPD homework. Second edition. DBT skills training. Handouts and worksheets. Fuck me, man. Yeah, I think DBT is like, what is it? Dialectic behavioral therapy. It's like CBT, I guess, in the fact that it's a behavioral therapy, but yeah, it's like, I think specifically tailored to BPD, right? Yeah. And then there's this one. Dude. So you know how she said earlier in these messages here, we can't get married. They're all gonna say we're fucking each other's kids. She like continually makes references to the idea that these guys are gonna get married. They haven't even met yet. FYI. Destiny's not even sure if he wants to meet her in real life. FYI. And then
there are two people that are involved in this that are not public figures who, this was a whole ordeal a while ago, who very much don't want like their shit dragged out into the public. And the fact that he keeps like leaning on this one person that I have messaged, maybe messaging, might marry in the future because they're my dream girl, okay, is so fucking weird. Like the annoying thing about like this thing is like, do we need to drag out like all of our conversations and then have an...
Dude, what the fuck are you doing, man? What the fuck are you doing? Sounds like true love. Dude, it's like so fucking gross and slimy, and like, I don't, yeah. And it's like an intentional fucking levering. It's an intentional levering of the fucking, of the fact that she's frankly like totally insane and crazy, right? How's it going, Shamu? Grim? Yeah. Totally fucking grim, man. Because you know that if she flips, Destiny's fucked. Destiny's fucked. You know? If she flips and starts leaking all of her DMs with Destiny, Destiny's fucked. 100% Destiny's fucked. He wants the guy on side, the ex-husband, who's going to try and keep it, you know, slightly sweet. Trying to keep it maybe a little bit discreet, a little bit quiet, right? Wants him on side, casting it all onto Connor, blaming Connor for bringing it into the public. And then keeping her on side. I might marry her one day because she's so sweet. Sounds like a joke. Obviously, he knows how that's going to be fucking received by her, right? It's just so fucking grim.
I wasn't able to make heads or tails. That Mr. Girl email sounds identical to the messages, or excuse me, to the allegations that you were making in November. Yeah, I have on my screen right now. I can, but I'm going to downplay everything. So if you want to talk to me about what really happened, then I'll be happy to talk to you. If you want to fucking bullshit me about what's going on, I will literally just take all the screenshots of all the messages that I have between you, me, and Brett. I'll remove your guys' personal identifying information, and I'll release it on Twitter, because that's what you wanted to do in November.
By downplaying did not mean that I was going to lie. It simply meant that I'm not going to go into all the details, specific details that could get me and my family personally fucked up. Because, you know, that sounds like a sensible thing to do. Now, I will talk to you and I will tell you. Like I said, leak the logs if you want. But I had no knowledge of some of the things she said in that email. And from what I understand and what she told me...
Then why did you tell me the exact same thing that was in the email in November?
What did I tell you in the email? Like, I have screenshots. I can go pull it up.
You told me... I'll tell you exactly what you told me, because I still got screenshots. So you told me in November that Britt and Destiny were role-playing as parents in reference to molesting their own children. You also told me that they role-played as your children.
Okay, but specifically, like I said, in terms of downplaying, I mean, I'm going to give you... I'm not going to try to like dramatize.
So did that happen or did that not happen?
That is what I was told. I have no direct evidence of that. I do not know if that is true.
So you don't have the videos or screenshots, but Brittany said that that happened to you.
I mean, Brittany told you the same thing, didn't she?
She did. But look, well, actually, hold on. Hold up. Brittany downplayed it, and she said that they did babysitting fantasies.
Well, that was my understanding.
So hold up. To be clear, what happened is you told me
Getting sued for
exactly
leaking sex tapes. That's just, Steven's just being a silly guy.
Dude, thank you.
He talks just like Dicker's impersonation. 10/10ths big dog.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ignore the fact that that donation was made using Swedish krona, okay? Thank you very much, Sister Godiva, for the 50 sec.
what was in the Mr. Girl email. Then Britt told me that they just did babysitting fantasies. I wasn't able to make heads or tails of it. The only reason why I was going public with this is because Britt wrote Mr. Girl telling me what you told me.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I didn't know. Well, I don't.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Give me a second. Is there not a DM somewhere from this guy saying he's got a fucking video recording where she confesses to this stuff? Yeah. The very last message that he sent to Connor, right? I'm not going to bring it up because it's going to be like fucking fiddly and shit. But he says verbatim, I'm reading it right now. There's the stuff about the trip, right? The school trip where he's talking about little girls, allegedly. I have her recorded on my phone talking about the Snapchat sexing pedo shit. She also said that he can't live with blank and that he's super hypersexual, blah, 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 blah. But apparently he says that he does have direct evidence of that in the DMs with Connor. Now, I don't know why you would claim that you have direct evidence of something and just straight up fucking lie. Like, why even put that Chekhov's gun on the table if you know that it's never going to go off? And when you're checked on it, nothing's ever going to come of it. Right? Are you just hoping that you never get asked to provide that recording? If you want to go public with it, presumably at some point you are hoping that evidence is going to be brought to the forefront. No? See, here's the fucking thing. I empathize with Connor, okay? Because I can't make fucking heads or tails of this either. There are so many fucking competing claims in this stuff. And now he's saying that he doesn't have the direct evidence. So did he lie when he said he had the video? Or is this part of the fucking downplaying? Or is he deleted the video as some part of deal? Literally, what the fuck is going on here? It's like, it's actually impossible to tell. It's actually impossible to tell. It could go like 30 different ways.
I don't know everything she told you either. I've never seen y'all's logs or y'all's conversations, but I just know what she told me, and she told me that that happened once and never happened again. And if downplaying it is just telling you the truth about what she told me, I mean, I don't think I said that they were doing it constantly either. And I shouldn't have even gotten into all that personally, but I was, crashing out at the time, is what it is. By the way, I called her a schizo earlier. By the way, I called her a schizo earlier. She's not a schizo. She does have BPD, but she's not a schizo. Just want to clear that up.
That's
okay?
funny. Why were you crashing out?
She's still an adult. She can still do what she wants. It is what it is. We're kind of trying to move past it. Oh, because she had an affair with Destiny. I mean, among all the other shit, pretty obvious.
Okay, did Destiny know you were married?
I don't even know if that's public knowledge or any of that is. Is it? I don't know. I mean, I didn't even know that was in contention.
It's not in contention. The reason, okay, let me tell you what I'm trying to do, Devil. What I'm trying to point, let me tell you the picture that I'm trying to paint.
This stuff is just so fucking twisted and grimy and disgusting. And here's the other thing as well, another consideration to throw into the fucking mix. If you thought as though your ex-wife had engaged in sexual roleplay fantasies where she and another man, she's been cheating on you, are sexually role-playing your children and directly sexualizing them, sending pictures of, I don't know, your children as well to titillate Destiny, why the fuck would you have sex with her again to record it, make homemade porn, and send it to the pedophile that she's been cheated on you with? Is that not fucking bizarre? Is that not an utterly bizarre claim to come out of all of this stuff? Dude, yet another twist in the story that makes absolutely no fucking sense at all.
The picture that I'm trying to paint is, you came to me in November, and you...
This story is dead on arrival, I think. That's my prediction of this shit. That's my prediction. I think the story's dead on arrival. If Connor sent it over to somebody else, to be able to sort through all of this stuff and make it into a cohesive timeline. Maybe something could have been fucking salvaged. I said at the start, right? Because I've spoken to people about this shit and tried to untwist it and see kind of, you know, what's shaking in there, what you can actually say. This is probably the most insane girl that Destiny has ever had sex with or ever engaged with online, right? And he is absolutely on Twitter right now, or he's on stream saying, I might marry this girl, right? Clear fucking attempt at manipulation to be able to keep her on side and keep her thinking that something's gonna happen one day, right? To shut her up for the duration of this drama. Save that fight for later on. Kick that can down the fucking road, okay? Just extend the fuse a little bit longer and hope it doesn't blow up in your face anytime soon, you know? So it is fucked. It's a totally fucked situation. And there's a lot of criticism that you can, like, levy here. But everybody is so hyper-focused on these pedo claims that are dubious, and it's, like, almost fucking impossible. It's almost fucking impossible to actually pry this shit apart and actually discern any of them, you know?
You said that they role-played as step-parents.
Dickers clearly doesn't know who Jellybean Can is. Lol, I don't know who Jellybean Can is, I have to admit, okay? But I just can't imagine that she's any crazier than this. Okay, here's the qualifications. Here are the qualifications for a girl that is going to be crazier than this one. Mass murderer, arsonist, goes streaking nude through the street, sells all of her worldly possessions just to get a flight to Miami and knock directly on Destiny's door, do some fucking crazy shit like that. You have to literally go to Diogenes' level of fucking homeless insanity to be able to rival this girl. I don't think anybody's topping it.
That Steven received pictures of your children that were not in a sexual context, but he still knew what they looked like. They role-played stepmom, stepdad sexual fantasies in which the children were being molested. And then...
Are they dubious? Here's the problem. So far, we have the husband, the wife, and the ex saying she sent Destiny pictures of her kids. Okay? So, not quite. We have Destiny's ex-girlfriend saying that she saw pictures that she presumed to be their daughters, their children, right? You've got the ex-husband saying, yeah, she sent Destiny pictures of my little girls. And then you've got her saying, actually, I was taking care of my nieces during that time. And that's what I sent over. And it didn't have a sexual context, except for that she dropped a comment after about a breeding kink. So it is dubious, right? She claims there is no sexual element there at all. The only thing that the ex-girlfriend attests to is that there were pictures of children sent, including close-ups on feet, right? And then the ex-husband says that Destiny was soliciting this, which is not what either other person is saying, right? So there are different claims that different people are making. The only thing that anybody can agree on is that at some point during these DMs, Destiny was sent images of children. Was it her children? Was it her nieces? Right?
They also role-played as the teenagers themselves engaging in an underage sexual tryst, and that was so fucking disturbing to you that you wished you could destroy the online personal and professional reputation of Destiny. That's what you told me in November. So is that accurate or not?
At the time, I definitely did want to destroy the online personal reputation of Destiny. This is true. Yeah.
Okay. And was my description of what you told me in November accurate or no?
I don't remember if I said exactly like that. Like I said, I'd have to pull it up. But I was pissed. I pretty much just told you generally what she told me. Who knows? Like I said, I really need to go back and look at it. It's been so long. I'm trying to move past it, trying to get my own shit going on, get my own thing together. But in terms of, like I said, you got the logs. I don't even know why you need me, to be honest. So I don't really personally want to get into too many details. I just wanted to come on to kind of clarify a few things that, like, there was no Telegram group. I keep hearing about this Telegram group. That was a joke that went too far because me and her were arguing and fighting about Destiny. And I kind of played into it. And I told her that it was bullshit and I was just being facetious, but she didn't want to hear that. And she called, the whole fucking thing happened. But
So the thing that you wanted to clarify is that you were not in a Telegram group that was planning Destiny's homicide.
I was not in a Telegram group. There was a conversation that happened, and I essentially said like what you're doing is insane. You got to chill, blah blah blah. Like, you know, you're gonna get way too many eyes on us. Shit's gonna hit the fan at some point. And I was like, you're aware there's like groups online, like snarker groups that like want Destiny dead. They're like plotting.
Bro, shut the fuck up! This guy was talking about snarker groups all the way back in November, December. Shut the fuck up, bro. No, you weren't. This guy deserves to be in a federal penitentiary, which is what I would say for slandering the noble snarkers, okay? If it wasn't for the fact that he's, you know, the only person who can, reliably take care of his daughters. Fuck this guy, man. Evil snarkers who want to kill this guy. You're in a Telegram group chat with groypers who are apparently plotting to kill him. And the snarkers are going to do the job for you. Yeah, I'm sure. You think Queeman and J-Stalk leave their fucking house? You think they're going to fly over to fucking Florida to a different country in order to take Destiny out? Please, shut the fuck up.
His murder that like know where he.
What would Queeman do? Legitimately, what would Queeman do? Queeman is probably about the same height as Destiny, maybe shorter, and somehow skinnier. What is Queeman gonna fucking do?
Lives, etc., etc. Like, do you really want to be a part of that? She was like, tell me more about this.
Give him AIDS, possibly. I could see that happening. That is literally the only viable strategy.
And like, I was like, I don't know, I'm not directly involved with it. I'm just aware of it. And she kept going on. I like facetiously said like, oh yeah, there's a fucking Telegram group. Yeah, they make AI porn of Destiny getting fucking raped or whatever. None of that was. I never saw any of that. But they're probably out there.
Did the FBI contact you about that?
They tried to. I went and talked to them.
Okay.
You know why? You know.
Yeah. The FBI contacted you over a totally innocent Telegram group chat where you were telling people to calm down, and when nothing violent was actually happening and people were just posting AI porn. Yeah, I'm sure.
What else do you want to clarify?
I don't know, man. I just want everybody to know that, like, are me and Destiny best friends? No, but I don't hate him now. Like, he's a fucking adult. She is too. He can dig his own grave, do what he wants to, and she can too. It's none of my business anymore. I just wanted to kind of move past this. I know there's a lot of other people at risk, blah, blah, blah. I've heard all the different things, but I mean, shit, this is Destiny. Like, what are you going to do? A BPD girl wants to reach out to him. They're going to reach out to him. You can't get him, you know. At this point, it's kind of like fucking with my life even more. Like, it's been 6 months now, and I'm like kind of wanting to just move past this shit. Are they DJing?
I understand that, but we're in it, man. You involved me in November, and Britt involved me last week, so we're in it, whether you like it or not. So, yeah, did Britt convince you to shoot homemade pornography and then send it to Steven?
No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do.
Let's go! Connor knows where his fucking bread is buttered. Drama content. Hello. Let's ditch the serious allegations. Did this guy film pornography with the explicit intent of sending it over to Stephen Bernal?
Do that. We're not doing that, Connor.
Okay. All right. What else do you want to clarify?
This guy doesn't sound old enough to have teenage children, IMO. Wait, what? Have you not heard the guy speak? Have you not heard how the woman fucking pipes? Do these people not sound like white trash to you? What the fuck do you mean? No, teenage pregnancy, 100%.
Bye.
Like I said, I don't want to get into like all the different. It's fucking complicated, you know what I mean? And like, as far as I'm concerned, I have. I guess that's all I really need to clarify. I don't know, man. It just sucks, and I wish people would fuck off and just kind of let us live our lives at this point.
Okay. Well, Devil,
I don't really want my kids fucking involved in all this shit.
I'll tell you right now. I would have loved for all of us to have moved on and lived our lives. But what happened was Steven was making claims that the snarkers, fucking J-Stock, Queeman, whatever, they're responsible for the doxing, swatting, and harassment and threats to his life. Meanwhile, I got you
Dude, it's so fucking crazy. It is so fucking online. Listen, I don't want to borrow Hutch narratives, okay? I don't want to borrow Hutch narratives. I'm already stealing his fucking face. But this is so fucking online. This guy is worried about losing custody of his kids and possibly getting investigated by the FBI for being part of a fucking group, a murder group. And Colin's like, well, you see, the reason why this is very relevant is, are you aware of the Snarkers? Do you know the Snarkers? Well, you know, Destiny has been slandering the Snarkers. Connor, I appreciate it, 100%. Odd time to bring it up, I think.
You, in November, saying that you wish you could destroy Steven's life and alleging some pretty fucking extreme things about what he did with your wife. And then I got Britt writing into Mr. Girl, identifying nearly identically exactly what you described to me. Then I have Britt contacting me on Friday stating that not only did that fucking Telegram shit fucking exist, but then on top of that, that she is currently in communications with Destiny right now.
Pardon me, sorry. Excuse me. How wrong is Connor in this situation, considering the wife and husband just walked back on everything? Well, right? There's a little bit of hindsight bias in all of this. So, to be fair, Connor didn't have access to a lot of the DMs that we do now, right? A lot of the Substacks and stuff like that, we also didn't have access to, or Connor didn't have access to at the time. And so it's always rough when you're the person who's trying to break this stuff. But this is the reason why in commentary it's just, read the Google Docs, don't write the Google Docs. You know what I mean? Getting way too fucking involved.
So for me, I know this sucks. I know that I do not
David, if you try and ring me directly, I'm just going to block you.
dislike you at all. But what's happening is because you're scared, you're walking back shit that you told me previously. And I'm just going to release the logs.
I mean, that's fine, man. I'll message you later about some shit. But look, like, at the end of the day, these are two adults. It happened one time, according to them. That's what she told me back then too. I got logs with her too, talking about it. And like, she's supposedly, she's in fucking therapy now, man. Like, she's trying to get her shit together. And if she wants to message Destiny from time to time, it's not that fucking deep, honestly, I feel like. But yeah, is it fucked up? Yeah, it's fucked up. Would I do it? No. Is it degen? I think so. But it's nothing ever happened that was technically illegal, as fucked up as it is. And I'm trying to maintain peace and harmony in my life as much as I can. And yeah, sure, I don't really give a fuck who wants to kill Destiny. I'm sure there's like 20 communities out there that want to kill Destiny. Wow.
Yep.
Like, what else is fucking new? He's fucking Destiny. He's Epstein. What are you going to do?
Listen, police, okay? FBI, guys, listen to me, okay? If Destiny gets killed in the next 6 months, okay, it's nothing to do with me. There's maybe like a 5% chance. It's like a 5% chance it was one of the guys that I was talking to, okay? There's probably like 20 groups out there. Don't look at me, please. Please, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything.
Yep. I should have said that. That's fucked up. But yeah, at the end of the day, I have no fucking beef with Destiny. I'm sure a lot of people have valid reasons too, and I probably do too, but I'm willing to...
This guy sounds like he's in a fucking police interrogation right now, handcuffed to a fucking table. I ain't got no beef with that guy. You gotta believe me, Sarge, detective. I ain't got no beef with that guy.
Live and let go and move on with my life, and I hope that whatever snarker shit he's... gay, fake internet shit he's involved with, I hope that works out for him.
Okay. Well, then, anything else you want to clarify before I let you go?
Nothing much. It was interesting being, bit infamous for a minute. I hope it passes over. Wouldn't recommend, but thanks for letting me call in and clarify a few things.
All right. Good night, bud.
All right. Stay safe. Don't die.
You too. Listen, guys.
Okay, nice.
I'm keeping this up.
It doesn't really help you, does it?
Yeah. We literally got a message that I'm covering up right now with a detail That is inconvenient. How are we going to spin this now? I don't need to spin shit if you're above 80 IQ. I don't need to spin shit. Look at your screen, dipshit. Look at your fucking screen. You can see that, right?
I mean, it's kind of over, man. It's sure. I mean, okay. Here's the reality. Here's the reality. Certain retards are gonna try and claim that Destiny is definitively a pedophile over this stuff. And then certain people on the DGG side are gonna say, this is a nothing burger. This is a nothing burger. 100%. Okay, nothing happened here. Nothing to see here. All right. The reality is, this is just inconclusive. There's not a really strong take you can have on either side of this stuff. On certain aspects, yeah, on certain aspects you can, like, say definitively what happened because you got the fucking DMs. But in terms of the most excessive fucking claims, yeah, I mean, it's like, there's no way to be able to assess it. There's, like, way too many twists and fucking stories with this shit.
All right.
So I guess the most that you can say about the Connor stream is he made it from, like, I don't know, like, a nothing pure allegation where you kind of decide whether you trust Connor and the people reporting to him or not, into a twisted, torrid style that is, like, impossible to be able to untangle. And there's probably some truth in it somewhere.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, nice. And he's about to give a summary.
People are
I
asking
think.
for a summary. I'll give you the
Yes,
summary
they are.
while I'm keeping this log up. January 20.
I haven't pre-watched at all. If you, dear chatter, yes, you want to go and watch this back for yourself, Cal the Half Gay, okay? One of my top guys in the comment section of the Connor live stream has included a bunch of timestamps for you to peruse at your leisure, okay? So, yeah, there you are.
Of 2025, Steven got in trouble for sending homemade pornography to a person that he knew for 10 fucking days. Okay? That shit got leaked onto the internet, and Steven got sued for it. And so far, he's lost $800,000 in reference to that civil suit. Immediately after that, he started sexting a girl on Discord named Britt. Britt and Devil, the man that I was just talking to, are military veterans who both have PTSD and military sexual trauma.
You know what I think has happened here, if I'm mind reading? It's rude to do. It is rude, it's impolite. What I think happened here is that Connor is just like, he's like seen way too much of himself in these people, of being like, you know, good, trustworthy veterans, and he's personalized them just a little bit too much. You should objectify people online. You should objectify everybody that you speak to online, in particular, the subjects of drama, okay? First of all, it makes it funnier and more interesting to engage in, okay? But secondarily, it also just helps you treat claims just a little bit more clinically, I guess. Connor's just got like way too invested in this stuff.
In November, Devil contacted me and said that his wife was sexting with Destiny and engaged in role-play scenarios in which they pretended to be each other's step-parents, step-family, and they role-played molesting their kids. Then, they also pretended to be the kids themselves. So, they contacted me in November. Devil said exactly that. Britt said that they only engaged in babysitter roleplay, and it wasn't that serious. So since I had conflicting narratives I confronted Destiny and I wrote him a letter that I read to you on stream. Okay. Then, since Devil didn't want to proceed, I said, fuck it. Let it go. Whatever. I already said what I need to say to Destiny in private. Until this past week, where Steven insisted to me that no one could hate him on the internet for a good reason, which was obviously a fucking lie. It's obviously a fucking lie. We both know a motherfucker who was wishing ill on him in November, and he knows that I know. Then Brittany fucking contacts me on Saturday and says, not only was her husband, maybe he himself did not plan on killing Destiny. Maybe he himself didn't threaten Destiny. But he impressed upon her that he was in a serious group that was going to do it. December, I have pictures of my letter to Destiny, November 22nd. Why am I writing a letter to Destiny November 22nd if it happened in December? So I find out Britt and Steven are still talking, and Steven is fucking up his life by engaging with BPD girls. And if DGG is going to try to laugh this one off, please consult your fucking screen. I can come on, but I'm going to downplay everything. This is serious now. Sorry, why is it serious, Devil? You don't have to answer that question. Devil, you don't have to answer the question. I'll literally just pull all the logs. I'll just delete all the identifiable information. I'll release everything. How's that? Does that make everybody happier? Why is Devil coming onto my stream, admitting that that's what he communicated to me in November, admitting that that's what Brittany communicated to Mr. Girl, and he DMs me right before he calls in? I can, but I'm going to downplay everything. This shit is serious now. Josh says, knowing all this, why would you be friends with someone like this? I'm not. I'm not anymore. Sounds like you're the only motherfucker that wants this drama? Too late. You told me.
That's absolutely not true, by the way. Okay, that's absolutely not true. Connor is not the only person who wants this drama. The problem is, I want the truth. You know, I want the facts. I want the evidence. I want the logs. I want everybody to leak all of their fucking shit. I think the problem is with this. I kind of played it up earlier when I was talking about, you know, you need to wait until you know she's having a manic episode with her BPD. And then you go in there and tell her to leak everything, right now, you know? That's a little bit overselling it, and especially with somebody like that, I could imagine it being kind of exploitative, you know? You're taking advantage of the fact that she's got some kind of, like, mental illness, and I think that's fucked up to do. But there are ways that Connor could have ethically asked these people for a little bit more information, or a little bit more evidence. For example, this guy says that he's got an audio recording of her talking about all the Snapchat sexting, where allegedly they were role-playing, molesting each other's children, right? And I don't know if Connor ever asked for that audio recording. So, oh, okay, nice, cool. You got evidence? Fantastic. No, don't need to see it. Don't worry about that. Ask for it as it's fucking spoken about. Ask for it as it's fucking offered, man. But now he's burnt his sources, and so they're not going to give him anything else. The story might be dead on arrival.
Too late. Yeah. Interesting questions being asked in chat. I mean, you have known this for a while. I had conflicting stories in November. People are bitching about me doing it now that I have what I have. If people are bitching about me doing this now with what I have, then don't you think they would have fucking freaked the fuck out if I came out in public? Connor, you ever consider that he was exaggerating in November because he found out his wife was cheating? Yeah, that's entirely possible. Why did Britt write a letter to Mr. Girl that was identical to her claims?
What are his claims?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, no. Also, the Letter to Mr. Girl, I believe, was in December. Right? When was this uploaded? When was this uploaded? No. Dickers TV is not going to join your Substack. January. 2 months after. 2 months after the initial conversations apparently happen. And then, like, what? Like a month after Connor gets contacted about it?
Why am I taking it at face value? How's this? Why are we doing this at all? Why are we doing this at all? Why am I talking to a mentally ill woman? Why am I talking to her ex-husband? Why do I know about Destiny's sex life? Can you answer that question for me real quick? Did Britt confirm that she sent the email? Yep. I got confirmation of that. I'm the one that blew it up? How's this for a rule? Don't engage in pedophile roleplay around me. And if you're okay with pedophile roleplay, don't be in my community. Fair enough? All right. Anyways.
Good.
I think I'm out. You guys want all the logs? I'll literally
Nice.
sit here, upload all my shit, eliminate PII, and release it. How's that?
Fab. And we've got it. Yeah. Connor's tweeted out at this point. So if you want to go and have a look at it, okay? Jump on Connor's Twitter because he's got all the details there. Somebody else has sent me a clip. Apparently, Connor has said that this is now over and done with. Connor says it's time to move on.
Other people. Good. Good. Let's try to heal and let's try to move on. Okay? As necessary, I will throw a sharp elbow when I feel it is warranted, but I think we can move on. Okay? I think we can say, Destiny, I am suspicious that you did some gross shit based off of the evidence that I've been presented with.
Hello, quick update.
I don't think it's okay.
Patrick bet David.
I think you need to tighten up, and I understand if that makes us not friends anymore. And some of the stuff that has been alleged is stuff that I don't want to be around. And so as a result, you go create content over there. I'll create content over here. And it'll just be that simple. Fashion 40 for 2 says ultra low latency option.
Okay. Fair enough. So he's just done. He's just done with Destiny now. The bridge is burnt. It's over. What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do? Destiny's been uncharacteristically silent over the drama. So we're gonna have to see what's going on, okay? But he's not reviewed the Connor stream live on stream. He's not spoken about this stuff extensively. Maybe he will, right? Maybe he will. But I don't know if Destiny has to say anything at this point in the drama. You know? I think he can just kind of sit back. I think he can just let other people sort it out. Because I feel the way that Connor's presented it has been particularly fucking weak. You know? But yeah. This is the girl's response. This is the girl's response. It's now been deleted, but she did write an article on her Substack, which is now gone. Okay? You won't be able to find this anymore. I've downloaded a PDF of the archive of this. But yeah, there we are. Okay? Destiny is my Flynn Rider. Obviously. And we've got a little bit of ambiance, you know, a little bit of ambiance, a little bit of fitting music for the occasion here. Good, does that fit? Yeah? Okay, cool. Psychiatric hospital, creepy sounds, mental institution. Nice, perfect. This is the ambience that we've got for this Substack. Fantastic. Let's go. Rapunzel. I've been looking for a way out of a window for 18 years. Dreaming of what it might feel like when those lights rise in the sky. What if it's not everything I've dreamed it would be? It will be. And what if it is? What do I do then? Well, that's the good part, I guess. You get to find a new dream. I never planned on writing myself into the YouTube cinematic universe lore. According to this, addressing this in my Modern Myths and Martyrs section feels appropriate because apparently I can't process anything without narrativizing it into a fairy tale. I'm not beating the delusional PPD allegations with this one. And I've double checked, this is a real Substack. This is a real Spotify playlist she has. You seem pretty sad for a DGGer. There's an unfortunate amount of Olivia Rodrigo in here. Hi! It's me! Brit! I am the mentally ill woman in question. The latest BPD e-girl of the Destiny cinematic fanfiction. The Groiper's wife. The random internet girl. The background scapegoat character in a recent internet bridge burning ritual. The person whose marriage, mental health, and age play allegations became a public morality play over the weekend. Food Shops, in her response video, said something along the lines of, wait, didn't Destiny save her from her Groiper husband? That's good. Right? And unfortunately, that's all my brain needed to fuel this decision. So fine, if the internet needs me to be a character, I may as well choose the fairy tale myself. I am Rapunzel. And Destiny is my Flynn Rider. Obviously. I, a normal girl who doesn't know that she is a princess, is locked away in a tower. This is the most haunting part of Rapunzel, and the theological wound at the center of her entire story. Sin not only makes us do bad things, it misnames us. It teaches us to answer to roles that are smaller than our essence, and diabolical to our souls. The useful one, the funny one, the difficult one, the pretty one, the crazy one, the wife, the object, the problem. After long enough, a false name can start to feel like safety. Rapunzel's tower is not only a prison, it's a worldview, an ideology, it's ego, it's a little room where fear can be mistaken for love. It's the place where captivity gets narrated as protection. Fuck me, man. Thank you for the sub on Kick. Thank you for the sub on Kick. Dude, I'd read this entire thing, but it's like basically the entire fucking... It's basically the same over and over and over again, okay? It's basically the same thing over and over and over. Rapunzel is locked away because she gives their life meaning. And she's loved. She's loved as long as she remains useful. She's cherished but not free. Her beauty is praised and her gift is worshipped, while her personhood is diminished and her soul is erased. What are we fucking talking about, man? What are we fucking doing here? He doesn't bring motion into stasis because she was never truly static. She was already motion held under pressure for far too long. A living, unstable, womb-like force enclosed inside a tower. Even within a vacuum, that inner world is never empty. It's overflowing, dreaming, generating life with nowhere for that life to go. It's like... I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. What's that movie where you've got like a little robot that gets struck by lightning? What am I thinking? Is it called Short Circuit? Am I thinking Short Circuit? Yeah, imagine that, but the robot, instead of like developing sentience, develops borderline personality disorder. And that's basically what we've got here, okay? It's ChatGPT if it developed, like, I don't know, extremely obsessive attachments, and start to demonize people that they, you know, no longer feel attachments to. That's it. I am more than another BPDE girl. The most dehumanizing thing about this whole situation is not that people know about some of my many mistakes I've made in my life. The dehumanizing thing is the way a mental health label has become a way to dismiss somebody and discount somebody's personhood and their wants and needs and desires. BPDE girl is not a whole person. It's a reductive category. If it makes this girl feel any better, okay? She is the BPDE girl. I'm gonna give that title. I feel like that's appropriate, okay? She's not just another one. She is the BPDE girl. 100%. I am more than just a random internet girl. Somehow, random internet girl sounds a little like a little bit of a demotion from personhood, coming from somebody who might be a little bit out of touch with normal people. As if any relationship worthy of Steven's attention has to be law-maxed first, and symbolically significant in order to matter. As if my actual story only matters when it has enough narrative value. Bro, like the main character syndrome is off the fucking charts. You're a random internet e-girl, because we don't know who the fuck you are. What actually happened with Steven? Okay, we'll read this part, okay? We'll read this part. For some reason, okay, the only interesting section of the entire fucking Substack, and it's the shortest. It's the fucking shortest. It's like a single paragraph. It's a single fucking paragraph. I need to correct the records concisely. Steven did not try to have sex with me. I don't even know why she's got this in like different fucking typing styles. I don't know if it's set up as oh, I see what's happened now actually. No, I do see what's happened now. Okay. So I think what it is you'll have a title, then you'll have an initial opening sentence, and then in the template, there's room for a quote. And then you can write more if you want to, right? And so I think what she's doing instead now is she's just writing the second paragraph in the quotation box. Okay. I need to correct the record concisely. Steven did not try to have sex with me. He discouraged a sexual relationship with me. I initiated every interaction with him, including roleplay, that we did one time. When that roleplay disturbed my mental health because of my trauma history, he discouraged that too. Which is weird, because in other places, she said that the reason they didn't do it again is because Steven wasn't into it. And now, the reason why they didn't do it again is because it disturbed her mental health. Which is it? I don't fucking know. Reality is complicated, she says. And the version where I am merely acted upon is false. Nobody cares about that reality. Nobody cares about that reality at all. The version where he is simply a predator abusing his platform to try and pry a married woman out of her life for his sexual gratification is false. Literally nobody cared about that detail. The version where I am a helpless victim that has no agency is false. Yep, thank you, well done. Saying the exact same thing like 3 times. Internet morality plays only have room for villains and victims. Real life has people making bad decisions with partial knowledge, mixed motives, attraction, shame, and fear. Steven doesn't have to be a saint in order for me to say that Connor is wrong about this. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I read a little bit of this, okay? I read a little bit of this, and honestly, it's just not fucking worth it. It's just not fucking worth reading through all of it. What I want corrected, for the record. Okay, nice, part of the list. Steven did not try to have sex with me. I initiated roleplay. He discouraged sexual escalation. He discouraged the roleplay when it became disturbing to my mental health. My marriage already had long-standing issues. My husband reaching out to Connor happened during a heightened and chaotic separation. Connor had reasons to feel protective, but his framing was reductive and incomplete. I am not merely BPD. I am not an e-girl. I am not just a random internet girl. I am not merely somebody's wife. I'm a person who made mistakes. Okay, and the ex really wants it corrected that he is not a groiper. Apparently he is an Asmongold fan. That's what he really wants corrected in this story. Okay. As if there is not, like, an obvious crazy overlap between those. Like, people who watch Asmongold are also fans of Nick Fuentes. Right? I don't know. Like, in terms of ideology, you're, like, completely indistinguishable. Except for the fact that, I don't know, like, groipers presumably shower, and they don't play World of Warcraft. That's literally the only fucking difference. But, there we are. That's it. If you want to go and read it on your own, yeah, listen, be my fucking guest, okay? Be my fucking guest. I'm going to put the PDF in the general of the Discord server. Unironically, it's genuinely not fucking worth it, okay? It's long, it's rambling, it doesn't get to the point, and it is totally self-obsessed. But, there we are. Yeah. Listen. I slept fucking awfully last night, and so I got about, like, 3 hours of sleep, and so I'm gonna do a half stream. I'm gonna leave you guys with only 4 hours of content, okay? I think it's pretty self-contained. I think it was pretty quick. We went through it, we got all the juicy details, okay? And then I'm gonna ship you off to somebody else. Gay, gay, gay. I know. Listen, I've been falling asleep for like half of this fucking stream, okay? I'm glad that I got through it. I had to have like a fucking second monster to be able to get through it, but there we are, okay? Let me thank the people who I want to thank. First of all, thank you to Dicker's Rapist. Thank you to Parry for the raid. Thank you to Sister Godiva, Derpface, Guna, Will Is Me, Queen Comet, James Delos Inc., Kitten Screaming, Daxter, Kirbyosh. This comment will be deleted. Your local cryptid and Anyaki. Thank you to YouTube viewers. Thank you to Kick viewers. Thank you to everybody who liked the stream. I didn't even ask people to do that, and I hugely appreciate it because people did. Like the stream on your way out. Incredibly important. Helps it in the algorithm. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you've been here, if you just spent time here, okay? I appreciate that as well. Thank you everyone for showing up. I'm going to chat to you guys later. YouTube, I'm going to raise you guys over to Queeman. And Kick, I'm going to raise you guys over to JStork. Okay? Lots of love. Have fun. Speak to you soon, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Have fun. Bye.